All right. This is session 6. So before we get into the recap, there's some stuff from last session, specifically Nero, blah. You asked about. You said you wanted to do some research last night, like or whatever night it was where you fought the Angel and the Alomar brothers. You said you wanted to do some research that night. The first thing you wanted to research was angels, and there's no real library in town anymore. You remember the whole story about the Ash House, and it was the Morgatelli Manor, and they had the biggest library in town. So there's not a whole lot of books around that can help you. But while you're talking about it to the party, Iwen reveals some interesting information, and it's that one of the old veterans from the Chelish Civil War talks about fighting angels all the friggin' time. And we're gonna hand wave. We're not gonna role play anything. But you go there that night, and it turns out he's a ranger that knows a hell of a lot about angels and other good outsiders. So we'll just say you talked with him for a while, and you can have a +2 on knowledge plane checks, like specifically for angels.
Okay.
And you also said you wanted to research ways of foiling resurrection magic, presumably on the corpses you have in your possession, or just in general.
In general.
Oh, okay. So there's not a whole lot in town about that because again, no library, nothing like that. But if you talk about it with the party, if made aware of this, Iwen would know that turning something undead generally makes it very difficult to resurrect. Like it's much more expensive and much more prohibitive. So doing something with that, with necromantic energy, would probably make a corpse unraisable. She would know that. And she would also know that Teal'c would know more. if you're looking for a way to specifically use something, she would know more. He would know more. But it's up to Iwen to tell you either of those things. Because okay, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think Iwen would probably... She would certainly reveal the first piece of information, but she's also... Teal'c has asked her to keep their working relationship close hold, so I think she would still be doing that even with the party.
Okay. All right. So that's what you get, Nero. You understand that if you turn something undead or do something necromancy to a body, it might be harder to raise. So other than that, we're just going to pick up right where we left off. So just to kind of recap where we're at right now, you guys were doing an execution. You had some Alomar boys tried to break into your jail to free a prisoner, and Iwen spotted them coming in. Too much necromancy in the pits. Yeah, so that was happening, and you captured them. I think you killed one outright, and you knocked the other one unconscious or got him into the cell. And the next day, I think Razalago summoned you. How did you guys figure out? I should roll the thing and make you guys do this.
Razalago gave us the Baron's will.
What was the Baron's will?
That we execute at least one of them, and then Razalago got very excited and his mouth parts jiggled when someone suggested both of them. Why not both?
That was me.
Yeah.
The vindictive little gnome.
Yeah. So basically, you guys had a big stage built. You didn't opt for anything cool, like no guillotine, no like hanging, something like that. You're just gonna have Boozlebot basically flail people in the chest in front of a crowd, and that's basically how it went down. You guys started, and it was a big crowd. There's lots of people, and while it was happening, before you had actually started to do anything. The Angel Knight on a horse rode up behind the crowd and was kind of reared up the horse and was shouting all this stuff about revolution and all these silly things. And are you going to let these tyrants murder another one of your neighbors? Will you stand idly by? Blah blah blah. And in spite of all her fancy flowery words, most of the crowd was pro-Thrune and didn't really get roused by this at all. There were a couple of them in the crowd. There were a couple of fights broke out in the crowd. And also, I think 4 or 5 of them kind of rushed the stage to try to stop you from executing the people.
They got wrecked.
Yeah, and they got wrecked. So, but when this happened, like, the Angel Knight said all this shit, and Boozlebob's like, fuck it, just cracks a guy in the chest with this flail, and he just collapses dead. And then and I think you just kind of threw him the next one, just like, hey, go now. Or did you suck a life out? Not in front of people, right?
The first one, before he was dead. Yeah.
Okay. So he didn't die initially. You ripped out the soul in front of some people. Okay.
I shot the other guy in the back as he was trying to run away.
That's true too. You did. From the roof, Vor's up on the roof over there. Shot a guy in the back running away. Also, I think it was Nero who talked to Razalago to have him summon some lemures, some devils, some of these weird, horrible little flesh monstery kind of things that came out, and they were only there for a couple seconds, but they were scratching away at the horse and making things generally weird. And once all this happened, once like lethal damage was being dealt out and literal devils were showing up on the scene, most of the crowd started to disperse. They all ran away, terrified for their lives. And like Chris said, you guys wrecked the commoners that tried to get up on you. I think maybe one died, and it looks like you have 3 unconscious. Maybe 3 or 4 unconscious. I don't remember. I think you're all alive, huh?
The one hit me.
Yeah, there were
and
some
I
that were put to
basically
sleep.
run off.
What'd you say, Naz? One ran off, or what happened?
The one tried to hit me, and Nero punched him knocked him in the teeth, and told him, I haven't seen you yet. If you leave right now, and the guy left.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so you did that, and you murdered the two prisoners you set out to murder, and that's it. Executed legally under the law, as per Nero. Also, during the fight, Boozlebob rushed the horse. Basically, ran up and flailed the horse. And did you shoot it at all, Vors? Did you shoot the horse? I don't remember.
Yeah, I shot the horse, and that's what made him rear and
There you
dismounted the Angel Knight.
Dismounted the Angel Knight, and then somebody hit him. I assume Boozlebob because he was there, or maybe were the. Hey,
Zagar and the Lemures did.
Oh yeah, Zagar and the Devils did. That's right. Poking at her on the ground, and she kind of like rolled away and turned invisible. And that's pretty much where we left off. I don't think we did too much after that. I see like the Lemures are still on the thing, and we're still in initiative order. So the Angel Knight has turned invisible and disappeared, and that's where we're going to pick up. And hi, Michael.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, how the hell are you?
So, in the Google Plus chat, we were saying that there's potentially some Angel Knight blood on the ground that could be tracked.
Yes, I'll just draw some, but yes, theoretically there is blood here. Like the Lemures, they have claws. They were basically clawing at the woman on the ground. So there's definitely blood on the ground there for sure.
I'm glad I have courtly graces instead of track right now.
Well, and if I remember, the hand, you can like put a drop of blood in the hand and then it can track.
Yes, it has like a quarry ability.
Very cool. Well, let's make use of that.
Okay, so
Does anybody else appear to be hostile?
No, the crowd of civilians is mostly dispersed. I should actually move some of them away. So there were a bunch of town folks and a couple of the named NPCs were around, but I'm just going to move them all away. Zagar of Vulture Crag hangs out. Yeah, we don't need to be an actual initiative, so we'll go ahead and move these away, and the Lemures will disappear after a couple seconds. What would you want to do with the horse? It's kind of freaking out. Who would want to comment?
Yeah, we should call him a horse.
Nero will try to calm the horse down.
Okay, go do something. And Iwen, go run over to the blood. How long would it take you to get there? One turn?
One turn. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you can just go ahead and move there.
Assuming I don't have to do a check to jump off the stage or anything.
How high would the stage be, Naz? How high would you have built it?
I don't know.
I thought it was only a couple.
Stairs?
I don't remember the town.
I assume there are stairs. Let's assume there's stairs. Fine, it's easier.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you can get there, and the crawling hand. It understands common. So what do? Just order it to go down and find some blood?
Well, if Iwen sees the blood herself, she probably would just kind of like dip her finger in it and then wipe it wherever she needs to on the hand.
Okay. So you can do that next turn. It took you your whole turn to get there with your tiny little gnome legs, but you can do that next turn.
Okay.
And everybody else gets basically it's one more action. So Nero, you're going to calm the horse. Go ahead and do whatever. What is that, a handle animal? I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Is that trained only?
Maybe.
Yeah. The guy. It's the falconry guy.
Oh, I have no. It's trained only.
Okay, just roll d20 then. Try to calm down the horse. Yeah, you do a passable job, and it's freaking out. It's got like an arrow or two in it, some flail wounds. But yeah, but you managed to calm it down just a little bit, and it's not trying to run away. So you have a horse. What would you like to do, Vors? Making a climb check.
I rolled
to get
my
down?
climb check.
Sure.
Yeah, I can get down.
That's fine.
How-
That's good
how
enough.
does How does that work?
You
Like,
can,
is that like what does that count as an action? Do I just still get a 25 after that, or
that you were on top of the building, so let's say it's at least 10 feet high. Let's see. So you can move. Is it half your speed? Let me see, or your full speed.
Half your speed with a successful climb check, I think.
You succeeded. It says you can move half your speed, so it takes you 20 feet to get down, and then you have 10 more feet.
okay?
Okay. And you can again, if you don't take an action, you can move your speed again if you like. So like if you're not going to do anything else, you can move another 30 feet.
Am I impeded by this?
Let's just say no. We'll say that
Alright,
there's stairs, or you're fine. You'll be fine. Or we can just use that same climb check just so you put your leg up on the stage. All right. So you get to there, and boom, there you go. And Boozle Bob, what would you be doing?
What would I be doing? Well, it seems like we're not trying to murder things, so I'm probably just hanging out with Nero.
This guy in front of you, Boozle Bob, he's marked as
He's bleeding.
Yeah,
He's
marked
bleeding.
as unconscious and bleeding to death. So these ones on the north side of the stage, they were knocked unconscious. And I think you hit this guy with a flail. I think that's how this guy got so negative. Or did Vors?
This guy down here, I beat this guy down here pretty good.
And then Vors, did you also?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm almost positive that I shot him.
Yeah, like he was trying to run away, and you shot him, and Boozlebob cracked him. So he's bleeding death on the ground, and he was just running away. So if you want to murder him, I don't think anybody would be angry at you for murdering him this round.
Is he gonna die if I leave him here?
He will bleed to death if you leave him here. But Nero once saved this dog that he promised you.
That's right. I forgot about the dog. All right, yeah, whatever. Fine, I'll murder this guy.
Okay,
That's
go ahead and roll your attack.
Should I boot flip?
So in the heat of the moment, they're looking to chase the Angel Knight, and he's coming down the horse, and you're like, "Fuck this guy!" And yeah, you crack him, and you just hit him in the skull. His head just watermelon Gallagher style. And yeah. All right. So let's go back to the top of the order there. So Iwin, you get there, and you get the blood, and you just like kind of just smear it on. Let's just say the palm. I don't know why. But you do that, and your crawling hand gains the quarry ability. So a crawling hand is assigned a quarry by anointing the hand with a drop of the intended quarry's blood. If the hand has no current quarry, it automatically gains the next creature it damages as its quarry. Once attuned to its target, it becomes aware of the target's location as if under the effects of a continuous locate creature spell, which is powerful shit-ass magic, man. The hand gains a +1 bonus on all attack rolls, damage rolls, and skill checks made to seek out and destroy the marked quarry. The marked quarry will last until the quarry or the hand is slain.
So locate person refers to locate object. It's 400 per 40 feet plus 40 feet per level.
Yep.
Radius, and it lasts. The locate creature lasts 10 minutes a level. I'll see what the crawling hands level is.
It's continuous. It always knows.
Oh god.
Yeah, so you do that, and your crawling hand begins to squirm as if it wants to run after something.
Okay. Well,
Does the hand have a name?
we can run and we'll follow it.
Have you
The
given
hand
it
have a name?
Yeah.
No, she hasn't named it. No, but
It's called
she'll take
it's called
suggestions
Stinky.
Is there a particular reason for that name, or
No.
Name and plot after the dude you cut it off of. Yeah, Plodson.
Plotty?
Good old Plotty.
That sounds good. Let's go with that.
All right.
Okay, so Plotty the hand. Plotty the hand begins to, again, he gets on his fingers, and it's used to, when the first time you saw it, it was very awkwardly walking on its hands, but now it's much more competent. It's kind of like running on its fingers, scurrying very quickly, and surprisingly quickly in that it moves 40 feet. And it gets to there. So it's running through the courtyard of the church. Or this wasn't actually the church courtyard, but whatever, forget it. We're going with it. It's running that way.
Okay.
Fuck it! And you can still go, Iwan. You still have a full round. We'll say that the smearing didn't cost you anything.
Okay. That's as far as she can go. So she'll just try to follow the hand.
Yep, so you...
But she'll also kind of like let the rest of the PCs know what the because I don't know if they know what the hand does or.
Go ahead,
so
roleplay it. Shout back. What do you say to the party as you and your hand scurry off into the courtyard?
Maybe something like follow that hand. It's going after the Angel Knight.
Okay. Vors, you hear that and you see them scurry off.
I'm gonna run over to the horse.
Yeah.
And hop on the horse.
Okay. Sure. Is mounting a ride check now? I don't think so.
I don't know.
I'm gonna look it up. But we'll just say you probably get on. Let's see. Mount. No, I think you just get on a horse, man. Fight with the transfer mount, because you're not using a fast mount, right? Do you want to do it really quickly, or do you just want to get on the horse this round?
No, quickly.
You want to do it quickly? You gotta make a ride check to
Yes.
do that. Okay.
Boom.
Boom. You did it. Right? Is it? Let's see. Fast mount. Oh no, sorry. Fast mount is a 20. I'm gonna give it to you anyway, because that's fun. So you're on the horse and you have an action. You can still move. You can like make the horse move.
What's the speed of the horse?
I believe 40 feet. Let's
Yeah, I
see.
think it's 40 as well.
Yes. Oh, it's 50. 50 feet, damn.
Nice.
Woohoo! Alright, if I run this way, am I gonna like run down this townsfolk? Oh no, can't even make it there. Yep, there we go.
Okay. And the horse will just be under you. Just, assume you're actually using it.
Okay.
And if you want to do anything cool with the horse, like jump or anything like that, you got to make more ride checks.
Alright.
Zagara Vulture Crag is gonna follow that hand. He only gets that far,
Wait,
though.
is there... Hold on, I guess like I can't see... Can I move the map? Or can I zoom out?
Yeah, you can hit Control minus, or if you have a mouse wheel, you can just roll it.
Oh, is there a wall? How do I point a tool? That's not the pointer tool.
No, we're gonna say there's no wall. Yeah, so I guess you could have got a little further, but yeah, we'll say there's no wall here.
Oh, there isn't? Okay, then I would probably... Where was I? I was like, here? That was there, right?
About there.
Yeah, I'll just go ahead and say that. Sure.
All right, because I would then... I would have gone this way.
Sure,
if
that's
I
fine.
known that. Okay.
Yeah. Then the Angel Knight goes, and yeah, so that's gonna happen, and I'm gonna roll this again. That is not a very good roll, Angel Knight. All right. Okay. Nero.
Nero will yell to Bob. Bob, we got to get after them. Come on. And then start taking off.
Lauren's home.
Lauren's home, everybody.
She okay? That's a good cough.
She's dying.
Yeah, she's dying.
She's got the S, we call it.
Syphilis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Syphilis. I don't even have the textures, I don't think. I was gonna add grass and stuff, I'm too lazy now. The S. Anyway, yeah, so you guys are doing that, and Nero, what were you doing, buddy? Sorry.
He yelled to Bob to follow him and ran off after the...
All right. Townsfolk are out. Boozer Bob, what are you doing, buddy?
Boozle Bob's going to full sprint. How far does sprinting get you?
If you a straight line, triple your speed. So 90 feet if you run a straight line with no turns.
Alright, well I can get to here then.
For him.
What? Oh, he's slow? Why is he slow? Oh!
Barbarian.
He's 40. He's even faster. 120 if he runs this. Jesus.
Well, that's as far as I get in a straight line, so...
Sorry to tell you.
But you only move 65. You get 15 more feet. There you go.
I guess.
Done.
Yeah, okay. So back to the top. Iwen, before you go, let's make your hand go. And your hand catches up to the Angel Knight, and let's see if it makes a perception check. And she gets a, what is it, a plus 20 when you're invisible, right? Because she's moving. No, so the hand does not censor. Does locate creature, like, actually let it see it? Let me see.
Well, let's see.
Let me see what the wording is, because if it can, then yes, it knows exactly what it is. You slowly turn and sense when you are facing the direction of the creature located, providing you also know which way the creature is moving, if any. We're going to say it has concealment, so the hand's going to try to attack and grab this thing. And it's a touch attack, so the claw is... That is actually a miss. Oh, +1 because it has quarry. So a 9 is a touch attack that hits. And so you watch, Iwin, as your hand... Man, her cough is really bad, huh? Your hand jumps up and grabs on the neck of the Angel Knight. So you see it kind of... the Angel Knight isn't revealed yet, but you see it kind of... Your hand is floating as if it's grabbing someone by the neck. And you can still take your turn.
So the hand doesn't have to do a combat
Let's see how that
maneuver
works.
check?
Yeah. I think it does. It gets a...
It's grab. So it's,
Okay, fine. So I gotta roll one of these. What? Really? I'm gonna say this happened anyway.
One,
Yeah,
and it's very small. But it gets a big
that's
bonus.
fine. Oh yeah, you rolled a 1. That's fine though. Oh, if it rolled a 1, no, then it failed. Then all that was for naught. So you didn't see that. None of that actually happened.
Well, it would have hit still, right? It just wouldn't grab, right?
Yeah, I think it's more fun to grab anyway though. Fuck it, it grabbed. I don't care about. I don't care that it rolled a 1. I don't care what chance says right now. It's more fun to have it grab this thing by the neck.
Here, you know what? If it makes it better, I'll burn this one, assuming that we allow it for the
yes.
hand, and then roll it again, and I won't get that ability again.
All right. There you go, and that is successful. Yeah, so you grab its neck, and it is visible now. So you watch your hand grab this thing by the neck, and oh no, it's not visible. I keep saying it's visible. I'm an idiot. It's not. You just see your hand floating like it's holding a neck. What would you like to do?
Okay. So, question on that then: can I fire something at it or use magic on that spot, knowing that it's there, or how does that work?
If it's an area spell, yes. If it's a targeted spell that targets a creature or a specific object, you have to make a perception check and versus its stealth check, and basically you see if you see it.
It's also 3 feet from us.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to click one spell just to see what the range on it is, because I'm curious.
Oh, 130. Nice.
But the thing is, though, I have that, but now, okay, let me do this, because I didn't technically have it prepared, but I can use this new exploit that I have and burn one of my points. Let me just make sure I have one. Yeah, awesome. Okay, so I'll use that basically to use that magic missile that I just tried to use.
Okay, you got to make your perception check though. That's a targeted spell. So let's see if that matters first.
Okay, fair enough.
He has total concealment, being invisible, right?
Yes, but magic missile don't care.
It does if they have less, so long as they have less than total cover or total concealment.
Oh, is that what it says?
Yeah. So if you, I mean, I would say if you can see it, then yeah, but it's got total concealment.
Yeah.
So I don't know if
you rolled an 8. You didn't roll well enough to see it.
And so, but if normally it would, it would have gotten a +20 on that then.
What?
Because of the total concealment, it would have gotten a +20. Or how does that?
Invisibility. Being invisible gives you a +20 to stealth checks if you're moving, and a +40 if you're standing still.
Okay, so that was almost impossible no matter what then.
That was very hard for you to see. I was giving you a bonus because your hand was there, but that's still not good enough. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can't cast the magic missiles. You want to do anything else?
Can she try to jump on the horse? Is there space?
Vors, how are yes? We'll just say yes. You can get behind it. Go ahead. You want to try to make her a ride?
Wait, how does riding work? Because if at the end of my turn, if I'm did a double move, do I stop? Because I'm just following the hand.
Yeah. So what are you asking exactly?
I'm just asking about the mechanics of riding, because I would have kept my intent was to keep riding into my next turn. So the horse is not stationary.
All your actions are happening simultaneously. That's how combat is.
So she technically would have been jumping kind of as you're passing by, theoretically.
Yeah. onto a moving horse. Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
it's weird. Yeah, so go ahead and make either a ride check or an acrobatics check, whatever you think you'd be better at, as this horse
Probably.
is barreling past you. All right, yeah. So you jump up and you manage to grab his cloak as he comes by, and the saddle is too small for both of you, but you're kind of just clinging very tightly to his cloak and sitting on a little bit of the like the rim of the saddle on the back. And,
Sure.
And yeah, so you're with him, and then Vors, you go, and presumably you're galloping forth.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go 50.
Yeah.
Because that's a single move.
Yep.
And then I still have a full. And then I still have a full like attack after that, right?
Yeah, you can do whatever you like from there. Yeah.
Okay. Let me just. How does deadly aim work? I don't remember.
It's a
Do I
penalty
have
to
to
your
give up
hit,
my?
and it's a bonus to your damage, and it's auto in there. It's like if you're synced, it's already there.
Right, but do I have to give up a move before that?
No.
No.
You can just always do it when
alright.
you're attacking. You can just say it's always on, and it's always on.
That was a single
Yeah,
move,
I'm always
right?
aiming-
Yeah.
So you can
That
take
was
one
single,
single
yeah.
attack.
So I can't use rapid shot.
Correct.
One single attack. One. No rapid
Okay.
shot. Only if you stand still.
Yeah, I pull the horse up with my bow drawn, and then I aim deadly leg.
You aim all down.
And
You gotta make a perception check to see if you can see the lady.
okay. Oh, wait, is the hand not grappling it?
The hand is on her neck, but she's invisible, so you kind of see where the hand is. Well, I guess yeah. If you're close, you're now close enough that this would make sense. So you can probably just shoot
Yeah,
under the hand.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing.
So yeah, fair enough.
All right, and
So she's wriggling and she has concealment, but you have a pretty good idea of where she is.
okay, and
Yeah, that's a hit for 15 damage. So let's see. Roll a D100, and she has what 40 Nas with total concealment.
50.
50.
so
So you got to roll a 51 or
where's that?
it's under generic, and it's the 0
Disc
0.
mice.
Yeah.
There's D%. That one.
Yeah, yes, correct. That's the same one. That's the 100. Yeah, so you shot at it, but basically she wasn't in that precise spot. So she's kind of wriggling there with the thing on her neck, and because of the fact she was invisible, you missed her shot. Very close, though. Zagara Vulture Crag, if he charges, can he get within Bardiche range? I think he can. So he charges, and 30... Oh, he's only 30 feet, right? No, he can't. Only... 40 feet, because he double moves with a charge. So he gets there, and he's basically trying to Bardiche towards this thing. And the Bardiche is a 22, which is a hit if he makes his thing. And he does! So he stabs the invisible Angel Knight, but only for 3. And now there's blood. You see blood dripping down on nothing, because she's still invisible, technically. She is now in combat and is being choked. And I'm pretty sure the crawling hand actually stops it from talking.
Yeah, strangle.
Yeah. So it can't talk or cast spells. And it's gonna try to run away. And that's as far as it gets, and you guys are gonna probably murder it. Nero, what are you doing, buddy?
Nero's just gonna bring up the rear.
Okay. Gonna draw a bunch of grass.
That's the best grass.
That's the best grass. It's very well textured. Boozle Bob, you can move. You're too far to make a difference, I think. But go ahead.
Yeah, but well, Boozy B's I can move 80.
120 feet in a straight line.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Why not? Just do it.
That's not a straight line.
Pretend the house isn't there. Yes. Yes.
Hold on, I'm doing this in the trackpad.
Oh man.
All right.
That's
80. Okay.
Man, trackpads. There you go.
All right.
All right. So you're there, and and the hand is attached to her. So the hand went there, and it's basically showing you where the thing is, and that's as far as Boozlebob gets. So Iwen, you're on a horse. What's happening?
Yeah, so you tell me if I can do this. I'm thinking I'll use Quick Study again,
Okay.
but I want to use it to ready something. Is that a possibility?
How does quick study work? Let's see. In place. Yeah, I would say yes. I would let you do that.
So basically, do that so that I can pull Grease off of my list, and I'll just have that ready for when the horse gets it. As soon as it gets in range that she can cast it under that spot, she'll just try to do it.
Okay, cool. I think in the future we're gonna say that full round action prevents that, but I like the idea of using it for Grease now, so let's just go with it. And Vors, move your horse, buddy, and take your shot if you're taking one. And that puts her in range, yeah? 30 feet?
Oh, what?
That puts Iwen in range of Grease?
I don't know.
Should, I'll...
30 feet,
Yeah,
I'm pretty
30.
sure. Even close spells are better than that, yeah.
I didn't write it in there.
It's fine. It's all good. You totally get it. So you grease under her, right? You want to trip her?
Yeah.
Okay, and she makes a reflex save. Bam. That's probably not good enough. This does not sound good enough.
14 is what she needed.
Nope. Yeah, so she falls prone with a thing on her neck, unable to cry out for help. Vors, take your shot.
Gotta click myself.
Sorry. 25 is a hit. So
He's laying on the ground even.
Yeah, laying on the ground. He gets a bonus. He has +4, and still not enough. She is bleeding to death on the ground, still being choked by the thing. Also, shouldn't the crawling hand have done something on Iwen's turn? Does it
grapples would
Squeeze
grab
a little
and try to
harder.
strangle, I guess.
So it has to continue the grapple, and it rolled It rolled really poorly again. So does that mean it falls off, or just can't do anything that turn? Right, that's all.
It just means that it can't do anything to maintain the grapple. It gets a because it's controlling the grapple. It gets a +4 from the grab, and then it gets +5 from controlling the grapple. But
okay. Yeah, so it's able to maintain, but it's not able to actually choke and do any damage. Zagar of Vulture Crag goes to run up and can get 40 feet. So no, gets to there, and he's looking back for Nero. And asking, are we killing this one?
Nero.
we should see who it is first.
9 is not enough, so she bleeds, but is not dead. And I'll give her a little bleeding thing. Nero.
Nero's
Is she still invisible now that she's unconscious?
I'm gonna say no, because I don't know how that works, but it's quicker to say no. I don't want you to have to wait 3 minutes for her to become visible. Okay, so she's unconscious.
Bombs in there.
All right, boom. Boozy B.
It's me, Boozy B.
Let's see who it is.
Boozy B is gonna walk up here, and I'm going to. Yeah, I'm gonna murder it.
Not the face. Not the face.
I'm gonna murder it in the legs.
Both of you make a perception check while this is happening. Yeah. Okay, Boozle Bob, make a will save as well.
Jesus Christ.
Boozle Bob, you are aware that there is an illusion on this. That this is not actually the Angel Knight, that this is an illusion spell. Does that alter your action at all?
Boozle Bob can't convey that, so no, I'm hitting it in the face now.
Yeah, Nero didn't notice enough. Yeah, so yeah, you hit it in the face, and it dies. 13 is more than enough to kill it. And as it dies, the illusion fades away, and it is Riley Kells.
How would I know that it's got no face?
Well, you can see, the attire. He didn't really change his clothes or anything. So Riley Kells is there and dead.
Would we have...
And I'm taking his masterwork rapier, the little bastard.
What's up, Jeff?
Would we have thought that he could have cast that on himself?
Invisibility?
Or would we assume that... the illusion.
Yes, you believe him to be a bard, and bards can do that. If he was a significantly powerful bard, you might not have thought he was of any consequence, but he has higher level spells than you may have thought. Or had in the past tense.
Okay.
And I'm looking for that. So that's what he had again. So you can have his stuff. Again, it's on this. It's still on the spreadsheet because I figured you'd murder him eventually. But those are the things. And if you want the Masterwork Rapier, just throw it on your sheet.
I'm already resyncing.
All right. All right, there you go. Yeah, so that was Riley Kells, and you murdered him. So it wasn't even the Angel Knight. All right. What would you guys like to do?
Wasn't the Angel Knight or wasn't an Angel Knight?
As far as you understand, there is only one Angel Knight.
And
What?
What?
I don't know.
Said there is no Angel Knight. There's only Zool.
Okay, so what would you guys like to do with the corpse of a bard?
Parade it back into town and show that it was no real Angel Knight.
Yeah?
Nero, what say you? I'm gonna keep this horse, by the way.
Drag him back.
Okay. This is the horse. You can name your horse if you like.
What? He gets a horse? I couldn't get a snake.
That's entirely accurate. Everything I said is accurate. Everything you said is accurate.
Daniela, what should I name my horse? I have a horse now. What should I name it?
It's got some flail wounds and arrow holes. It's not in the best of shape.
What's that? Scarta? All right, the horse's name is Scarta, which is very apt. I don't know how to spell it, but I'm gonna spell it like Sparta, but with a C.
Yeah,
This
like
is Scarta.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. The horse is named Scarta, and I'll give you ownership of it, and we'll play around with it later. We'll see where that goes.
All right.
All right, and you guys are doing that. Everybody's down for basically taking this back to the stage you built.
Yeah,
Definitely.
gather up the bodies.
Okay, so you guys go there, and are you trying to draw a crowd and show like this is what the Angel Knight is, like this is what happened? Explain what you guys try to do.
Okay. So I mean, when they bring Riley over, Nero will basically say to the probably dissipating crowd, "This is what they send. This is your Angel Knight, an illusion."
Yeah, there's only a handful of people there, but notably, Gurya Rohalendi is there, the hospice owner, and a couple of some random commoners, but no other named people you've seen before. And Gurya just walks right up. The other people are kind of afraid and skittish after seeing like all the horrible ultra-violence performed around them. But also there's an undead hand walking right. Did you clasp that back on, Jeff? Are you wearing that again somewhere?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so it's not just walking around. But some people might have seen it. Some people might have seen it scurry off. You were kind of far away from the crowd, but let's do this for giggles. Oh, Jesus, yeah, so she knows what's going on. She crit it. So she saw the hand at some point, and she knows what's going on. But she walks right up to you, feeling kind of friendly with you guys, and she's looking around, and, she identifies as, who is this? And she's looking around, trying to figure out. Yeah, she's not sure who it is without the head.
So Nero starts working on one of the townsfolk that was attacking and trying to scoot him out of here, and he basically is sort of doing the stabilize revive, and he just says over his shoulder, "It's that bard that we told to get out of town, that Riley, who is singing and causing all the trouble for poor Bolgert."
That's all true. And and she nods along. You don't even need to make a diplomacy check. She just, throughout your interactions with her, she's just come to trust you and your judgment. She's looking around and she can kind of see like, yeah, that I seem to remember these sort of things. This is the sort of clothes he wore. That's the sword he had. Like she's remembering these things now that you've mentioned them to her. And she looks over some of the other bodies. So as you go and stabilize them, she also comes with you. She actually looks at Iwin and asks if there's anything she can do before heading over.
Iwin just kind of shakes her head. No. By the way, these guys were asleep, not unconscious.
Oh. Well, I totally forgot about that. What would you like to do with them?
I mean, they probably would have woken up and, I don't know, up to you, but I would imagine they were going to be pretty horrified and start to run.
Okay, let me see how long sleep lasts. A minute per level. You're a second level. That's 2 minutes. You chase that thing down pretty quick. When you get back, I'd say they're still there. I would say they're still there sleeping.
Okay.
Would you want to knock them out, or you want to let them go, or what do you want to do?
I mean, I don't really have a preference for what we do with them. Does anybody else?
We should just let them go.
Yeah.
Okay.
We show them mercy. Like, after today, we need to show some mercy.
Someone needs to stay alive to tell the other people what happens. Yeah, so they wake up, and do you tell them anything? Or do you just say, get the hell out of here? What do you do?
Yeah, I mean, we should tell them about the Angel Knight, and how it was just Riley Kells. That there was no real
Tell
Angel
your
Knight.
friends.
You're braver than I am to
You and
charge
your friends
that
are
bat.
dead.
He points at Bob with his bloody flail. You're way braver than I am.
Yeah, they're too afraid and freaked out to laugh at that joke. But yeah, they basically they understand what's going on, and they vanish in the night.
For what it's worth, they charged the little gnome, not the giant.
Do we lose Nas?
And Townsfolk 2 is actually unconscious. You actually did knock that one out. So are you letting him go too? You're going to stabilize him and let him go?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure, rub him up, get him out.
Okay. Yeah, so that's fine. And yeah, so you did get the message out. And the crowd wasn't nearly as large as it was earlier, but a bunch of commoners did notice and see. And Dr. Rohalendi is respected in town, and if she backs you up, it sounds good. So that's it. And Zagar of Vulture Crag is going to go home. Basically looks at Nero to see, is there anything else to do today?
Thank you.
Did you get your loot?
Told you there was going to be a show.
Loot?
Zagar looks and says, there was loot?
I throw him a bag of 20 gold pieces.
Okay. He jingles it in his hand and just nods. He doesn't even look in the bag. And just puts it on his belt and begins to walk away, unless anybody stops him. He trusts you to be honorable in your dealings. Because you're with Nero.
Is 20 enough?
Yeah, that's fine, yeah. I mean, it's not really an even share if you want to give him an even share of Riley's loot, but, he didn't do a whole lot.
That's true.
20 gold is not nothing, man. You can get really fucking drunk on 20 gold.
Alright.
It's true.
A beer is a copper, so...
Good.
Oh, wow.
You can buy 100 beers for a gold.
That's it. You killed a guy with alcohol.
Gave him 2,000 beers, he's dead. Okay. Also, a chicken is a copper, so I don't know, a beer is a chicken in this universe. Anyway, so he goes off, and what else do you guys want to do tonight?
I guess bring the bodies, stack the bodies up,
Okay.
Yeah, I say we leave the Riley's body in the stocks overnight.
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure if I actually mentioned it, but Archbaron Fex and Rosalago specifically would have mentioned that they want these people on display. Not only were they supposed to die, they're a reminder, this is the price of rebellion. This is what fucking happens. So at least the 2 you were supposed to execute. You don't have to put the other ones up if you don't want to. But the ones you executed, they want them visible somewhere. So the stocks is your plan?
I mean, unless there's a handy place to string them up.
I mean, you can find lots of places to string people up if you really want to.
Nero, this is your hometown. What do you think?
Probably a tree near the, probably that tree next to the jailhouse. Probably the best thing. This is a little gruesome for me.
Okay. Fair enough. And we will do that. And let me make these guys bigger so we can keep them around. Medium. These two corpses. Alright, and Dr. Rohalendi is going to go away. And the rest of the party's there. These are your two corpse friends. Alright. Anything else? You guys are just going to go hang the corpses and then go to sleep? Or...
Yeah, so one other thing. On both of these corpses, Iwan will write notes, one of which says Angel Knight Supporter number 1, Angel Knight Supporter number 2, and for this guy, she'll write one that says Angel Knight Imposter number 1.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll just add those. Angel Knight Supporter number 2. Okay. And are you carving them into their flesh or something, or what are you writing on them with? Like, what do you?
No, she would just write on a piece of paper and then probably just like
Nail it
somehow
up.
nail it. Yeah, nail it.
Here. I want to take one of my arrows. Take some arrows.
Sure, that works. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you do that, and there are some townsfolk around when you're doing it, and surprisingly, most of the people that see you doing it are nodding along like you're doing the right thing by doing this. And that's it. I'm gonna take you guys back to the jail. Where is the jail? Okay. Boop, boop. Dump you in the middle. Gonna leave the corpses outside because they don't go inside. Yeah, what are you gonna do with your horse? You gonna tie your horse up by that, whatever that is?
Yeah, I guess so.
It looks where horses go.
Right.
Yeah. Your jail is empty.
Hey, Nero,
now,
can you patch up my horse?
Yes. Yeah, I'll take care
Thank
of it.
you.
Did you let Jiren go, or is he still in the cells?
We let him go.
We told him that he could go, but we basically have been giving him work and feeding him. So.
Oh yeah, he's been living here because it's free. That's right. Yeah, so you've been giving him day labor type work, and he's been just doing it and saving some money. So he's still here when you come back. Anything else you guys want to do that night?
Nero will heal up the horse and schmooze Jiren a bit
Okay, we'll just heal the horse.
about what happened. Tell him the story.
Okay. Jiren's really interested in your story. Like most halflings, he really enjoys a good adventure story. He does admit that he's not too sad that he wasn't there. He's not sure that he wanted to see all that, but you know what has to happen happens, I guess. Anything else, you guys, for the night?
Just get ready.
Nothing for me.
Okay.
Are we taking shifts?
Yeah, you guys are always on. I should really write down what your actual your like normal shift is. So it's first, second, and third. Who's first?
When's it least dark?
I would say the third shift is least dark.
I'll take the third.
Okay. So who wants the beginning of night and who wants like the middle of night?
I'll take the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take the middle.
Boozlebob, you also want to take the middle as well because you have dark vision? Or do you
Yeah.
sleep?
Boozlebob will take the middle.
Okay.
Boozlebob's not very perceptive, though.
That's fair. Fair and she's dying. Okay. So nothing happens that night, and you guys wake up, and it's basically a normal day for you guys. Are you going to do anything different for today? You can heal yourself up, reslot your spells, whatever you want to do. So, Iwan, are you going back to the hospice today?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Boozlebob, what do you plan to do today?
Well, there's nowhere chilly, so
Nobody
Boozlebob's
else
going
is
to
silly?
no, not like that. So Boozlebob will probably delay until he figures out what Vors is doing. Maybe he wants to go on a ride with the horse.
Vors, what would you do today?
I'd probably go down and check out the docks.
Okay. You want to spend any
See what's
time with your
happening down
horse?
Oh yeah, I'm riding the horse down there.
Okay. All right, and Nero, what would you do?
Nero will get a crew taking the stage down and get a crew doing stuff around town and pay a visit with something sweet to the Fae.
Okay.
Snippy.
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 Yeah.
Snippy.
Snippy. All right. Nothing interesting happens at the hospice today. It's just a normal day, and you're talking to some people. That ranger that told Nas a bunch about angels is still telling stories about all the times he fought angels, and this type of angel, and that type of angel, and all the kind of things he's fought. And he's really over the top about it. He loves explaining what's going on.
So one note about the hospice.
Mm-hmm.
Iwan is now using her undead hand to help her with stuff around the hospice.
Just openly? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just like
she's
giving little neck rubs.
Really good deep tissue neck rubs. Yeah. Yeah. Dr. Rohalindi, she doesn't really address it at the beginning, but eventually it becomes like too awkward not to. And she basically doesn't not approve of it. Is all she really says. She's kind of weirded out by it, and but you know, as long as none of the people around, like some of the what does it do for you? Like, what does it actually do? Like, how does it help the old people?
Well, I don't know. If she needs like a third hand to do something, it helps.
Okay.
I'll have to think of some examples, but
go ahead and make a diplomacy check to just kind of represent what you like. If you're explaining it to people that start to freak out, like if you're giving a sponge bath and some guys like, "What the crap is that?"
Well, okay. So let's say maybe it primarily goes and like fetches equipment for her. It's like
Okay.
she's getting kind of lazy, you know.
Understood. Yeah. Okay.
You could still have me explain. Yeah, I'll still do a diplomacy check just in case.
It just won't be as hard. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you're fine. You're fine. Just the way you talk about it, you explain that you're completely in control of it, and it's it's basically like just a little helper that runs off and does things for me, and no one seems too weirded out by it. A bunch of the people like in the Cello Civil War, like they're so used to like powerful magic and living with wizards and stuff like that this isn't the weirdest thing. Like it's not great, but it's not the weirdest thing in the world.
She tells everybody that it's called plotty.
Yeah, and some of them really like that. Yeah, that's pretty great. Yeah. So, Nero, what were you doing again?
Visiting the Fae, setting up the gang.
Yeah. So yeah, you take down the thing, no problem, the stage or whatever. And Snivvy's in good temper. You guys basically made a kind of with hay bales, made it hard to get through the thing, and you stationed guards there. So the gate is technically open in the most technical of senses, but no one's getting through it, or presumably no one's getting through it. It's very difficult for people to get through it. So you get there, Nas, and Nero, and you offer him, your sweet treat and whatever else, a bowl of milk, whatever he likes. And he's very nice, and he converses with you a bit while he's eating your sweets. What would you like to do?
Just talk with him, and he's basically sort of hedging around the idea of, I know you can sort of look into the future. How is it that you do that? What do you do to do that?
I actually don't know how he does it, so he's basically going to explain that...
It doesn't matter. It's just, he's trying to learn about it.
Yeah. He basically explains that, he just kind of, he just looks into the future. He's like, I just think in the future. Nas is talking. Nas is moving. So you're trying to schmooze him? You want to make a diplomacy check? You're trying to schmooze him to use the spell for you? Or what?
Sure. Just so that he can get it in the future if he needs it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll diplomacy to schmooze the little guy.
Ooh, not very good.
Yeah, but you don't piss him off. You don't really make him... He basically plays hard again, like, I don't know. And he explains that he can only do it so often, and that, if he asks the wrong spirits, bad things can happen. And he's basically explaining, I don't know if I want to do this. But you didn't piss him off, and you did give him a treat. So he's, you can talk to him again later.
Sure.
Vors, and I guess Boozlebob, are you going with Vors?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you guys want to do at the docks?
Just basically checking it out, seeing who's coming and going.
Okay. The docks are very sparse today. It looks like whatever's going on in town, like the new restrictions, the new edicts that went up, not a lot of traders are bothering to come down to Longacre or the docks. So you don't see a whole lot of stuff going on. You see a couple of idle workers on the docks.
Boozlebob is cleaning his teeth with the spikes on his flail.
All right. What would you like to do?
His main flail or his boot flail?
His boot flail.
It's
right.
smaller for the teeth.
I just mentioned to the idle workers that if they're looking for work, they can talk to Nero.
Okay. Yeah. They look around and they say, yeah, Mr. Igno hasn't said any ships are coming in. I guess we got to find some kind of work. I'm not sure he's going to pay us to sit around like this.
Mm-hmm. I guess we'll head back.
Okay. All right. Boozlebob, you want to do anything else while you're there?
Not really. Just riding on the horse has been an experience for him.
Are you riding like behind him on the horse?
Yeah, I'm like sitting. I'm sitting backwards on the horse.
Backwards.
With him.
Oh.
Okay. And both of you toss me a perception check while you're leaving.
Is there anybody that I can study?
You could study those two dudes. Either of those two dudes.
Yeah, I study those two dudes.
Okay. Roll a perception check and we'll... Man. Lauren. Vors, you notice in one of the buildings, there's another person, and you believe it to be Mr. Igno. You rolled well enough to kind of make out the silhouette of Mr. Igno in one of the buildings at the docks. Mm-hmm. You want to do anything?
Yeah. Go. Wait, do I know who Mr. Igno is?
Yes.
Should I roll a knowledge check?
Well, you know because he's the guy that told you that stuff earlier. He's the guy that came up to you and asked you about your discretion. Yes. He's the docks master.
All right. Oh, he's the docks master.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He was a docks master.
Right.
He explained that's how he got the letters. He's in charge of all the mail that goes up the river.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'll go talk to him. See what's up.
Okay. So
I walk up. I say, Mr. Igno, like very politely. I said, thank you for sharing that information with me before. That tip ended up paying off.
Well, when he answers the door,
and then I toss him 20 extra gold for the tip paying off.
Well, before that happens, you open the door to see him, and he is very visibly beaten the fuck up. And he has claw marks all over his face. And when he sees your face, he just deadpan says, evidently the stories I've heard of your family aren't true.
What stories that you've heard of my family? Why would you believe any stories that you've heard of my family?
He says, like, I heard of discretion. I don't know. And he basically starts rattling off all these stories of like people with your name in the past. Like maybe they weren't your family. Maybe I have the wrong. What's your last name? Ebernus. Maybe I had the wrong Abernus. Maybe the Abernuses in that city aren't. Maybe there's of no relation. And he doesn't even seem very angry about it. He's kind of just deadpan the whole time, saying these facts to you. Like, I thought you were this person. Evidently, you're not.
I say, Bob, easy boy. Like, look after Scarta.
Bob starts petting Scarta with the handle of the flail.
The handle of the flail. Okay, so you're flipping it around.
The non-business end of the flail.
Okay,
so,
what are you trying to
do? If my family was so discreet, I'm not sure how you heard of us. And additionally, if we were the discreet type, I'm not sure why you would approach me in broad daylight.
He nods, and again, he's just being very matter-of-factly. He's like, of course. It was foolish of me. And he basically says, he's very directly saying, like, I am not allowed to work with you directly anymore. If you have any concerns, please go through Rosalago.
That's fair. May I ask who you heard of our apparent discretion from?
He just says it just in travels, in letters, in things, and he basically explains, all of these a couple of places where he's heard of, these names. And he mentions some people. He mentions like the first names of people, and a lot of them don't seem to be from your family. Like you don't know these people. You don't need these Abernuses. Aberni.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry that you were mistaken.
He says, as am I. And again, he's very visibly beating the crap up.
Okay.
Anything else you want to do?
I toss him 5 gold for his troubles.
All right. He nods and accepts your money. All right. You want to do anything, Boozle B? You just petting the horsey?
I started brushing the horse now with the business end of the flail.
All right. Okay. And that was everybody, I believe. Yeah. Okay. So that happens, and nothing else happens for the rest of the day. So you pretty much you all come home and you have dinner together, or however you have dinner, and it's nighttime again. Are you all going to sleep in the jail together, or you're going to go to your normal places? What are you going to go?
Jail works for me.
Yeah. Can we bring the horse into the jail?
I mean, you could squeeze it in. I mean, there's a thing outside, like, there's a post to hitch the horse. That's what normally happens. You can put some hay out there. That's where horses normally sleep. But if you want to put a horse in a cell, I mean, you could make it happen.
No, that's fine. I can stay outside, I guess.
Okay.
Damn straight, I can stay outside.
All right. Anything else you guys want to do special for the night?
I'll ask Jaren if I can't remember the little guy's name.
Jaren's name, yeah. Yours?
No. Yeah.
Arden.
Arden, yeah. I'll just ask him, like, hey, have you heard about Arden?
He shakes his head and he says, last I heard, he went into the forest. No one's seen him since.
Mm.
All right. Anything else you want to ask, Jaren? Okay. The watch happens. It's nighttime. You guys go to sleep, and nothing happens that night. Let me let Ty in the room because why not the baby? They're gonna want to get out of here in like 5 minutes, but that's fine. Anyway, yeah. So the night happens, and nothing happens interesting during the night, and the next day starts. And I'm just gonna hand wave it and say that like normal things happen for the day. You all do whatever you do, but when dusk is about to set and you guys are heading back to the jail, a small child runs up behind Nero and kind of tugs at your robe, like a 12-year-old child. And he's you look at him and he's wearing a very distinctive outfit, something like a Thrun youth kind of outfit, with a little armband with the little symbol of the House of Cheliax on it. And he's pulling up. He's like, Mr. Nero, I saw something. I saw something strange.
What did you see? You were right to come to me. What did you see?
He explains the town armory. Archbaron Fex had it locked up, weeks ago. But I saw people coming in and out of it.
When?
Just now. It's over there. I swear. He's pointing. He's like tugging at you as if he wants you to go with him.
Okay. Let me grab my friends. Okay.
He says, "Sure. Hurry," and he's just gonna follow you.
Okay. So Nero will just put out the word.
All right. Yeah. You get everybody, and we gonna go.
Am I gonna have time?
How much time do you want? What are you looking to do?
A minute.
Yeah. It's gonna take you that long to walk there. What are you gonna do exactly?
So while Nero's walking, he's got out a piece of paper and he's scrawling on it. And those of you with any education realize he's writing out weird, complex mathematical formulas that seem to apply to something. And he's basically not paying attention to what he's writing, but thinking and talking out loud about, and if there's someone there, this could happen, and if that wasn't going on, then I could do this, but and at the end of it, he comes to a conclusion about whether they're going to have, whether it'll be a good thing that they investigated the armory, and he's basically using his new revelation.
Oh, okay. What does that do?
He gets to cast Augury with a 90% success rate.
Oh, that's fun. My GM secret button and my 100 button. And a 90% success rate mean... Okay, yeah, you got it.
So it's
you rolled an 11 for the record, though, so you got it by one.
The wheel, if the action will probably bring good results, woe for bad results, wheel and woe for both, or nothing if the action don't have especially good or bad results. So he's basically calculating what the future is going to bring in the next 30 minutes.
So you know a good bit about the armory because you're from town. And before you even do this, you know at least this much. A lot of the weapons there are old and antiquated. Like they're basically relics from the Civil War era. They're not. It's not like this isn't. They call it an armory, but it's mostly just a museum. It's pieces from the past. So as you're going there, you get the feeling that wheel or woe. This is interesting. You get a little of both. You somehow feel that this is something you need to do, but you feel that this is dangerous, and you don't know exactly why, but you have this strange sense of danger when you use this ability.
Okay. And he'll be basically questioning the boy as they walk. Who did you see go in there? Do they look like this? Do they look like that? That sort of thing.
Yeah. So you basically name a couple things. So you describe a couple of the people in town that you know and stuff like that, and they explain that I didn't know most of them, but one of them looked like one of the Grimels.
The Grimels?
Do you remember who the Grimels are?
Yeah, they're the gate guys, right?
Yeah, the gate guys. All right. So you guys arrive at the armory, and you can all see the map by now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you get there, and this is the front door, which previously Archbaron Fex had chained up and closed, and the chains have been broken, and the door is closed.
Is it dark?
Booze.
It's dusk, so yeah, it's kind of. It would be dark inside of the place, yeah.
Okay.
You saying something, Boris? Sorry.
I was gonna say, hey, Booze.
Hey,
Get ready. Get ready.
Okay, so you guys are gonna arrange yourself around the door, and then we'll throw it open, and we'll see what happens. Someone has to be at the door. Who's opening the door? Someone needs to be standing in front of the door.
I'm sorry. Trackpads are a thing. I did try to move up.
Understood. Okay, so that's where everybody wants to be? Okay. So, Boozlebob, you throw open the door, and you see hundreds of weapons and pieces of armor line the walls of this tiled hall, each display attended by a descriptive note or plaque. At the north end of the hall hangs a collection of tattered naval signal flags, the largest stitched with a grinning ram's skull. Beneath them, a red ballista crouches atop a wooden platform, the siege weapon aimed down the length of the hall. So there's basically tons of weapons, and they're all, again, they're like antiques. Like, this is a scimitar that was used in the battle of the crap, and stuff like that. So it's a whole museum dedicated to stuff like that. And you see two human rebels are going through, like, they've basically broken one of the display cases and are just taking these relics and putting them in like a sack. And we'll roll initiative. And take your hand out of that because your hand's just with you. Alright, so Nero, what would you like to do?
Nero will start casting a spell.
Okay, what spell are you starting to cast?
Summon Monster 1.
Oh, crap. Okay, Iwen.
Was the GM ready?
Best GM of the year, dude.
Oh, I'm totally ready for summoning spells, but it's just they usually end badly for me. They're very powerful. Anyway, Iwen, what are you doing?
Iwen, I think we'll delay for the Bob.
For the Bob. Okay. So Dent Grimmel, hearing Nero beginning to cast spells, he runs up and he gets to the ballista and he begins loading the ballista.
Boozlebob starts screaming.
Human Rebel 2 is going to step up, and he is fighting defensively, readying kind of an attack. Like he's has his shield up and his sword out, and he's looking at Bob. And Human Rebel 1, let's see if you're braver. No, you're going to do the same. So he kind of walks half his speed and kind of just raises a sword and a shield. Boozleby.
Okay. Boozleby looks at Nero and says, "Kill."
Unfortunately, yes.
Fortunately, yes.
All right, Boozleby.
Okay, Boozy B is going to. Fuck. I'm going to come up here. Yeah, here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to real flail Human Rebel 1.
Right. Real flail. Oh, that's a threat. Roll it again. That is a confirmed crit for 36 damage.
Oh my god.
Yeah, even with his total offense, that's a confirmed crit, and or it wasn't even total offense; it was friend defensively. And he is at -17 of con of 14. So you murder him.
I would like some of him to be stuck to the flail.
Sure. Describe in gruesome detail how you murdered this person.
So Boozlebob, walks through the door. A little afraid. He's still angry and kind of screaming a little bit. And he could have reached for his boot flail, but he decided to take out his large flail and just he was aiming for the guy's head, but missed and hit his neck. And then did it again, hitting his torso this time.
All right, yeah. So you missed the neck and cracked the torso, and it's dead. The thing, it's straight up dead. You murdered it. And Human Rebel 2 just looks on like horrified that this has just happened.
Boozlebob looks at Human Rebel 2 and winks.
Make a free intimidate check, buddy.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have successfully. He is scared. He is shaken. Beau Grimmel runs up, and he helps finish loading the thing, the siege weapon. Vors.
I have line of sight on the rebel, right, but not either of those guys.
Yes, if you stand where you are, but you could also, if you 5-foot step to your side, it doesn't count as you having moved, and then you have line of sight on everybody.
I don't want to have line of sight on the ballista right
Understood.
now. That means that.
Then yes, line of sight is usually two ways. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the monsters when I was little. If I couldn't see them, they couldn't see me.
Exactly.
All right, so I'm gonna. What is it?
You can rapid shot or whatever you want to do. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna rapid shot. Go in here, offense. Then we got boom, boom.
Yeah. So the first one's a hit. The second one with his fighting defensively is probably still a hit. Yes, still a hit. And this has deadly aim in it, right? This has the penalty. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
It has everything wrapped in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's a -2 because you're rapid shotting on them, but that's still a hit. So yeah. So that's 28 damage.
God.
And he is
Nice.
bleeding to death, but not dead. So he falls to the ground, bleeding. You crack one hits his chest, and the 25 hits his neck, and you just see stuff like kind of spurting out from the arrow in his neck, and he falls to the ground, still bleeding. And Nero, you get to go.
The spell completes.
Okay, what did you summon?
So he is basically weaving something out of nothing. He's weaving his hands, and he's saying strange words, and he weaves this feathered mass that takes the form of like some grotesque, oddly shaped vulture, and it's statistically going to be an eagle.
I know, I already got the eagle. I already got one dragon in. Yeah.
I wanted somebody to be able to get close, so he'll throw it out as far as he can, and he just points at the back end where the ballista is.
How far can you cast it? And can you move, or did you already move?
I haven't done anything this round. I just finished my summoning.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it has to be somewhere you can see, and
It's
how far away? Like I'm
I think
basically
it's
there.
30. I think it's 30 feet, but let me check.
Okay, so even
It is 25 feet plus 5 feet per 2 levels, 30 feet.
Okay, yeah. So basically there. So you summon an eagle, and it acts immediately. attacking your enemies, attacking living things around. So this is dead, and I'll assume it knows Boozlebob's not an enemy.
Yeah.
So you only get one. You use the first level version. You didn't do the summon multiples. Okay. So the
No,
eagle,
I can't do that yet.
The eagle flies off towards Dent Grimmel, and only gets, we'll say gets the bite or talon, one talon, right? Yeah. So it hits him, claws him for 3, and now it's kind of just flying in his face, kind of distracting him. And what would you like to do, Nero?
+2 to hit and damage.
Oh God, because you're great.
Augmented.
You summon gooder.
So Nero will move it.
All right.
But I think I'll cast Bless and then move it.
Okay. Everybody has +1 to hit, not damage, just hit, and +1 morale on fear-related checks.
Don't stand in the middle, you're going to get caught.
I win.
Yeah, I can't make it. It's double moved.
Is this thing something that Iwan could hide behind?
Yeah, those are basically like big, long cabinets, so you could kind of get partial cover if you wanted to stand behind one, yeah.
Okay.
Not total, but
So-
partial cover.
That's fine. So she'll just double move, basically, to that corner there, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Well, she can just stand on top of that body. But it's, yeah, she's...
You get to drop
No,
a
'cause-
hand on that.
I think that... I don't know if I can... If I double move, I don't think I can do that, but she's basically in position to do it.
Yeah, you can't suck out its life, but you can command the hand as just talking. So presumably you could say, you could order your hand to murder it, but you want to eat the soul, you gotta wait.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So she's like tucked behind this cabinet, but yeah, you get it.
Okay. Well, the ballista is fully loaded now, and they have Iwan and Boozlebob. And of those two, I'm not even going to roll it. They're choosing Boozlebob. They're less worried about the gnome than the giant barbarian that just pasted that poor kid in front of them. And they fire the thing. Do I have a button for that? Let's see. Does this do it? Ballista. So a 14. Boozlebob.
Fire the runner, or...
It does hit you for 15, Mr. Boozlebob. Boom. So it hits you, and it's a pretty big chunk. So it hits you in the side, and you're wearing armor, so it kind of rolls off you, but it scrapes a huge chunk out of your side, and you feel under your armor that your body has been horribly like scoured by your mail or whatever you're wearing. And then it sticks into the wall behind you. It's a ballista. Like this used to be on like a Corvette-sized ship that they'd shoot at other ships, and now they're shooting it at your orc ass. And Human Rebel 2 tries to stay alive. I rolled a 6. I'll turn off my secret thing. I forgot about that, but I rolled a 6, so he doesn't. And I'll just move him over here into this room temporarily, so he's out of the way. And he is still alive. Boozy B.
Boozy B is pissed.
Yeah, man.
Let me take a minute to measure something right quick.
Sure.
Yeah, I could do this in one move.
That's not good. I don't like the sound of that.
Boozy B gets up here, and Bo is gonna get it.
Okay. Yeah, so he's on a raised platform, but that doesn't seem to matter for you. So you flail basically at his legs, and you catch him in the knee, and 16 damage is a lot. So he stumbles a bit, but manages to stay standing as you crack him in the knee. So that's what you get.
Boozy B starts laughing.
Well, Bo gets to go now, and he's not laughing. He kind of just grits his teeth, and he draws whatever kind of melee weapon he has. He draws a short sword and misses horribly. He stabs at you, and this old man with white hair is kind of just stabbing at you feebly and missing, like, just swiping air behind you.
Boozlebob is laughing even harder now.
Vors.
I step once to the right. Stupid measure. Yep, step once to the right, and then I'm gonna fire at Bo.
All right. The 15. Are you rapid shotting? Are you taking more than
I'm rapid shotting. I'm rapid shot, but I thought I can select my second shot, right?
You can select where you want to aim it, but you have to declare if you're rapid shotting first, because you miss basically. You miss right now if you're rapid shotting. So.
Okay.
So
okay. Rapid shotting, and then.
Yeah, so you get another one. You can always direct where it goes after. Sure.
Okay, then Bo again.
Okay, and that is also a miss. So two arrows go on the other side of the wall, and your arrows sound much smaller than their arrow. Like you heard a big thwomp. That's kind of how you knew it was safe to come out of hiding, because you heard it like the wall shook. And that was you. Back to Nero.
Nero. Oh, did Bless matter?
15. So that would be 17 minus 2 for rapid shot. Yes, it does. It does. And you deal 16 damage somehow. Okay. And he is bleeding to death on the ground.
Boozle Bob looks at Dent and says, "Old man," and smiles.
Right. So Boozle Bob, you saw one arrow fly by, and then another one catches him in the chest, and he falls down, coughing blood. And Nero.
Nero walks forward, and he nods at the vulture and says, "Continue."
All right. The vulture tries to savage him, and that is a hit for 7, 8.
+2 on each.
Oh shit! Yeah. So it's pecking, and actually you see it get one of its eyes. One of Dent's eyes comes out as the thing is pecking at it, and it's just clawing his face and chest while this is happening.
Stop before you get killed. Stop.
Boozle Bob is clapping his hands now.
I win.
So Iwan kind of looks up and sees Dent practically dead, and just kind of like, okay, and then looks back towards Human Rebel 2, reaches down his throat, and rips his soul out of his body.
All right, yeah. So he dies. Is there a save? It just happens, right?
It just happens, yeah.
All right, yeah. All right. So he's dead, and you get your consume life ability. Your thing goes up. And you can move, right? Is that a full round or a standard action?
I think it's a full round.
Oh, yeah, it does. That's a full round. Okay, so you can take a 5-foot step if you like. And Dent goes, and Nero, make a diplomacy or intimidate. I guess diplomacy. You're trying to talk him down.
Sure.
That went pretty well, but he doesn't like you very much. Let me see how that works.
Yeah, why doesn't he like us?
Because you took away his job and you killed a bunch of his friends. Yeah, no, that's sorry. That's actually not enough. Yeah, so he's not interested in surrendering to you. And let's see, does that make him angry enough to attack you? No, he's trying to fight Boozle Bob. So he steps over his friend who's dying. And I'll put him back there. And he tries to. Well, he's actually better with his bow, so he's going to shoot from there. He's going to try to shoot you.
Double ha!
And 11 is a miss. So he tries to shoot at you with a heavy crossbow. He kind of lifts it up and pulls the trigger, and he misses, flies right past you. Boozle Bob. Oh, he'll move. He'll move a little bit away from you.
That's not far enough.
Go ahead.
Boozle Bob is going to calmly walk over. Swinging his flail the whole time.
Hey, take it easy.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that's not enough. That one actually misses.
Oh, no.
The old man jumps out of the way at the last second. You think you have a good hit, but he jumps out of the way.
Boozle Bob laughs and says, "Practice."
He continues to die. Vors.
From where do I have line of sight? Like, how far up do I need to move? And can
I
I make a full move and attack, or no?
30 feet and then attack.
I would say you could do it from here. You can make that, right? Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you got it. So only one shot, and you don't have the rapid shot.
Yep.
So just go ahead and roll it. And you're going to shoot at Dent?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one misses.
That's terrible.
It flies by. It actually hits part of the cabinet over here.
Hey, take it easy!
Nero.
Nero moves over to the Dent brother and is basically looking him over and giving him the old stabilize.
All right. A bleeding
I'm gonna
sense.
fucking kill you.
Let's see. I'm guessing she's running over to other dying person. Yeah, it's 40 feet away. That works. So
My corpse star is tingling.
Just for shits, I'll do a little acrobatics because she's probably jumping over.
You're jumping
this
like
thing.
5 feet up, yeah. Not for nothing. I said 5, but that's not accurate. We'll go with that. We'll say it's like 3 feet up. That's good enough. You got a 12.
Okay, so she'll camp there.
Okay. Dent is still fighting. Boozle Bob is hurting him. He's being shot at, but he's going to swing at Boozlebob. He drops his crossbow, gets out a sword, and misses horribly.
Great.
Boozlebob. That's a hit for 17. He is dead, so you managed to kill him. Go ahead and describe the death.
Boozlebob. I wanted it to happen at the same time as the guy was swinging with his sword.
Sure, yeah, that's basically what happened. So he goes to hit you.
He goes to hit, he misses, and then Boozlebob swings as hard as he can at his shoulders, so he dies the same way that Boozlebob thinks his brother died.
Okay. All right, and you do, yeah. So he is straight up dead. Bo, I rolled that, but he actually isn't dying. He's not bleeding anymore, so he's just unconscious. And Vors.
Should I just make a perception check to see what's up?
Yeah. See if you see anything else. You don't see anything out of the ordinary. You're looking around at some of the plaques and stuff like that, but nothing jumps out at you as super interesting.
Okay.
Okay. So we're back to Nero. Are you going to stop the gnome from sucking the life out of this thing?
Not yet. Please. I'd like to know why they were here. If these are all worthless antiques the way I thought they were, I'd like to know why he was here. If you don't mind.
I will honor that request, understanding the importance of that.
Okay. And so the combat's over. So, Boozlebob, are you going to murder this thing, or are you going to let Naz talk to it?
Can I murder him when Naz is done?
Well,
I would say he's legally earned execution attacking us.
All right. Yeah, I'll let Naz talk to the guy and then murder him. I'm not going to say I'm going to murder him now.
Iwan kind of already asked to eat the soul, so maybe you just tenderize it a bunch and leave it on the brink so she can eat it.
Yeah, we can do that.
All right, it's teamwork. It's called compromise, everybody.
Nero basically like schmoozes him and like is convincing him like you should use your fists and we'll just go from there. Is that okay?
Boozlebob still doesn't like his fist. He'll use his boot flail. Is the compromise?
All right, at least let me pad it up so that we don't
put some wool
splat
around
him
it.
up too bad before Iwan can use him.
All right.
Okay, yeah.
Wait, no, hold on.
What?
You have to wrap it up in rags covered in oil, and someone has to hold a torch next to it.
Fine. After we talk, that'll be done.
All right.
How did you convey all that, Boozlebob, with your inability to speak?
Well, Boozlebob is holding Boozlebob has all that in his bag, so he's starting to wrap it up with that stuff.
She's showing you how to do it. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be a zoo. We're going to have to do this where stuff won't burn. Can we see what they were loading up before we wake him?
Yeah, sure. So there's a bunch of sacks, and you see that they are taking the antique weapons. Like, there are... most of the weapons they have in the sack are, they would be considered broken condition. Like, they'd have penalties to attack with. They're so old and crappy looking.
Anything worthwhile, like if I detect magic on stuff? Sure,
go ahead. Everybody toss me a perception check, other than Vors, who already took a look around with his crappy 7. Let's see what happens here. Blah, 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 blah.
I haven't got her eyes on the prize.
Bloody! That's pretty fantastic. So, just looking around the place, there's a masterwork spiked breastplate is on the wall, and it's basically, there's an inscription under it of some Hell Knight from the Order of the Rack. But it looks well made and like not maintained, but looks like it's still in working condition. So there's also a mithril heavy shield. These two things. Boop, boop, boop. In one of the nicer display cases over here in this room, there is an arrow of dragon slaying.
Voice like.
There's also a masterwork greatsword and a repeating light crossbow in one of their sacks. And I don't know what this item is, but Plotty found a scabbard of honing.
Makes things keen, I think, for a few rounds.
Oh, does it? So here's a link to that if you want to look it up. It resizes to fit any axe, sword, dagger, or scimitar. Sheathing makes it hones the edges if you're striking with a whetstone. What does whetstone do? Does it make it keen?
I don't think so. I thought that was something else I was thinking of.
Whetstone. Show me what whetstones do. Come on. Oh, I don't know. It doesn't have it here. I don't know.
It makes it sharp.
I don't know what it does, though, but look it up. Somebody figure out what that does. So if you want something, put it on your sheet and just type in the chat that you're taking it.
Do we... would we assume that if Fex found out that we took any of this stuff, he'd be pissed?
That's a very valid question.
Legality. Let's talk about the legality of this.
Yeah, this would probably be stealing. If you're just taking all the loot, that would probably be stealing. These are antiques. These are antiques from the town. These aren't just any weapons. These are weapons that the soldiers in the hospice might have used.
Anything that's not garbage, pack up. We're taking it to the jailhouse. I'll talk to Razalago about whether we can use any of it, but we obviously can't leave this here because we've got people trying to steal it.
Okay, so that's the legality of it. Now, for everybody who doesn't care about the legality of it, there's really no way to prove that someone else didn't abscond with some of the items if you really wanted them. Like if the arrow dragon slaying, maybe someone got away with it. I'm just saying. So if you
understood,
like,
I just,
yeah.
I was just asking. That's all. And would we normally be thinking that nobody should be coming in this building? I.e., would we want to leave a trap on our way out?
Yeah. This building was sealed. Like one of the things that happened even before you guys were involved was this armory was sealed up. It was one of Fex's previous decrees.
Is anybody in the party good with traps? I think Iwan would suggest it, but she's probably not the person to do it.
No one specifically has trap making or any. Do you have any craft skills that would be useful to make a trap?
Boozlebob has craft.
Yeah, you can make iron things. You can't it doesn't help you build a trap.
I understand the theory.
I have two
of a
ranks
trap.
in craft, so
The theories of traps. I understand the trap in theory. Okay, the Grimels had
the
your
whetstone. I was just gonna say for the whetstone, it's basically for GMs who are sticklers, like people who are out adventuring and they want to sharpen their weapons after they've been in battle.
Oh wow! Okay, it's one of those.
They need to have a whetstone. So. Okay,
well that's crazy.
So we should just pawn the scabbard.
So those the Grimels had that. So they had two copies of those sort of things. Apparently they had screaming bolts. I probably should have known that. Oh well.
What are those?
So they're just noisy?
I think so. I think maybe they do an intimidate check. Maybe. Let me see. Screaming bolts. All enemies within 20 feet make a will save. Yeah, but yeah. So that could have been fun. I'm stupid. Anyway. So now you can have those though, because those are not stealing. So if you want
go ahead,
right in the
I'll take a crossbow and the bolts.
Okie doke. Go ahead.
Does anybody else want any?
Okay.
No, I'm pretty useless.
Okay, so you're gonna wake up Bo and ask him questions?
Yeah, we'll try.
What do you want to ask him? You want to roleplay it or you just want to ask him?
So, I mean, this is all rubbish. What are you doing?
He spits out some blood and says, "Taking a stand."
Against what?
Against everything. Tyranny, murder. Look what you guys are doing in this town.
We arrested men who were trying to incite a riot. We then fought men who tried to break other men out of jail against the law. And then, were you at the square?
He nods and he says, "Just because something's the law doesn't make it right."
How many peasants did you see us kill? How many charged the stage? 5, 6?
He nods.
I think all but one of them got to go home. I don't know what you think you're doing. You're just going to bring more bloodshed down.
he seems very reluctant. Like you're not really moving him with your argument. He understands. He's happy to hear that those boys got to go home, but he's made his choice. And also his brother, he's looking over and his brother isn't moving, so sure. He's very
of course I got it.
Yeah.
So are you with the gang that's in the forest?
He shakes his head and says, I was just grabbing weapons. They said they were going to meet me outside the town later.
I mean, I might be able to argue for clemency on your behalf. Where were they going to meet you?
He said these two guys were going to take me out of town somehow. I don't know how they were going to do it.
Ah, okay. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know what I can do for you. Did you want to get a last prayer in?
Let's see. Does he tell you anything else? Let me look before I answer that. He will get a last prayer in. But let's see. Make a diplomacy check or intimidate check, whatever you want to do. And also, Boozle Bob, you can make an intimidate check too, because you're kind of just standing around looking like you.
I have like a greased up fire mace almost.
I'm still carrying my greased up fire mace. So go ahead and roll intimidate check.
Hold on, I gotta find it.
Yeah, neither of you are so convincing. That's really all he says, and he basically clams up, assuming his brother is dead and that he's gonna die. So he will say a prayer. If you let him have time to say a prayer, he will say one to I am a day. Sure. And what are you gonna do when he finishes?
I promise that I'll have you and your brother put in the ground. I won't leave you out for dogs or anything like that. You did a lot of good service for this town.
Speaking of dogs.
He nods, and he looks around for a moment, like if one of you was gonna do it.
All right, I'm gonna murder him now.
You're gonna punch him once and let Iwan eat his soul.
No, I'm gonna hit him with a flail softened with fire rags.
How does the softening work? Are you gonna heal him at all before he does this, Nero?
Yeah, I would assume that I burn the heal on him. Sure, we'll do that.
Yeah, go ahead and roll it, because he's close enough that would matter.
All right, so let's gloss over the part where I set this thing on fire. I have a flaming flail.
So are you hitting? Oh, whoops! Sorry, the other way. Are you hitting him as hard as you can, or are you just basically trying to knock him out again? With the
I want to light him on fire.
Okay. So maybe you're rolling the flail, like you're gonna hit him and like roll the flail up his back.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's on fire.
Go ahead and roll the attack. All right. Yeah, Jesus, that is a hit. And yeah, 13. And we'll say some of it was non-lethal. And roll a d6 for the fire damage. Yeah, so 2 more. And he's just barely alive. Iwan, make a heal check to notice exactly how alive he is.
Okay.
But yeah, so you can tell he is still alive. He's barely breathing, but you can see he is drawing breath. So do your thing.
Does he look like he's hurting from what I did?
Extremely. Yeah. He's not crying out, but you can see like his body is still twitching even though it's unconscious. And he has caught fire.
Boozlebub would like to kneel down and pick him up from his head.
As you're doing
that, and then
that,
just like look him in the eye.
Yeah. So
as the soul's being ripped out.
Okay.
No, it's out, and Iwan's getting as far away from this as possible.
Okay.
This is a grab and run.
Okay.
Alright, so Boozlebub throws him back down when he dies.
Okay. Boom. Are you gonna put him out? He's on like a wooden platform. I assume you're gonna like tamp him out now.
No.
You're gonna let the armory burn.
I want nothing to do with this. That's all.
Nero, you're not gonna let the armory burn. Right?
Nero's gonna do his best to put it out.
Okay.
All right, next time he doesn't get to do it.
No, actually, hold on. Boozlebub will just beat the fire out.
Okay. So you start smashing the stage, and Iwan shoots a little beam of frost, and together you're able to put out the fire. There's some minor damage to the stage, but not the ballista. And the Grimmels are dead. I'll just put their corpses here. Boom. And that's it for that. So yeah, I will now go back to the jail. Whoop. And it is 7:05, so we got time to do stuff. Would you guys want to do anything about, like, are you taking the corpses to the church to be buried, or where are you putting them?
So
should we bring them to the hospice to, like, get them?
Let's
get
wrap
the bodies like taken care of.
That was mostly for funeral purposes. At this point, there's so many executions. Like, are you having official funerals? Like,
let's string these two up and let's get the other two in the ground. I'll get a grave dug, and we'll get them in the ground. We'll store them in the jailhouse for tonight.
All right.
okay.
So we're leaving Riley up, right?
Yeah, Riley's already strung up.
Mm. Oh, you meant the other two that Booze and I like destroyed.
Are you putting them in the ground now, or are you going to do that tomorrow with the bodies or whatever? What do you?
As soon as I can. I assume we don't have holes.
Yeah. I mean, well, you can always just dig a hole, but do you want to bury them properly, like in the church, or do you want to just put them in the ground? What's your plan?
Just put them in the deep ground.
Yeah, you can dig somewhere. You can definitely bury them. If that's what you're into.
So he'll do that. He'll do that tomorrow. He'll put them.
Okay.
He'll like find a dignified spot on the Nero family ground and bury them there.
Okay.
You should have the your crew dig the holes.
I don't know that I want to spread this around that these people are defecting.
Okay.
We could light them on fire while putting them in the ground, yes?
I mean, you can do a lot of things, man.
Legally speaking, you would still be putting them in the ground if they were ash, yes?
Legally speaking.
Yeah, it's just a combined cremation burial.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do that all the time in those places.
Let's not do that.
Aww. Okay. So anything else tonight, guys? Or are you just gonna go to tomorrow?
Go to tomorrow.
Okie dokie. Go ahead. Everybody is taking their naps, so go ahead. And do you want to heal? Apparently the eagle made it back, so I'll delete the eagle. Do you want to heal Boozlebob at all before you go to sleep?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll him. It might actually matter. I don't know how many heals you get a day. 12. That's enough. Yeah, he'll heal the rest sleeping, so okay. All right, everybody else is full? Yeah. All right. So nothing happens during the night. It's a normal night at the thing. Jiren eats dinner with you if you let him, and he's just happy. He tells you a couple of stories about the work he did today, but it's ultimately uninteresting to people like you these days. He's just explained, like, oh yeah, we were putting up a fence over here, and like you guys are like, we saved the town from a siege, whatever. I got shot with a fucking ballista. And yeah,
whatever.
Whatever. And yeah, and then you guys go to sleep, and you wake up the next day, well rested.
So Nero makes sure that he's basically explaining to Jiren what he thinks the people are saying, like the way he said this. I think he's saying this, and you can really tell that this person is in support of the town by the way they do this. Do you see what I mean?
And he nods along, and he says, it's kind of easy to tell sometimes. I mean, some people I can't read, but most people in town seem to support Thrune.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. And yeah, and you slipped him some silver last time to have him ask around town specifically for stuff about that. And he doesn't have any rumors or anything like that for you, but he confirms again that it seems like, you're winning. You're winning the culture war. So you guys have your breakfast, and Nero is going out to hang the bodies and to swap out the bodies or whatever he was doing. Is everybody going with him, or are you guys going about your normal business after breakfast?
I would probably go about my normal business.
Hey Joe.
Yeah, buddy.
Nero spends most of the morning actually writing on a piece of paper again.
Okay.
And he's basically talking about burial techniques and whether he should involve the crew. Basically, his question for Augury is, would it be good for the town morale or bad for the town morale if if I brought workmen to help me bury them on the family ground.
That's a good question. So the Grimels weren't too popular in town. They were kind of like, they were the honorary gate guard. They were basically, an old couple of dudes that hung out on the thing and kind of just called the people coming in and out. They weren't disliked, but no one really knew them that well. You don't think it would be especially bad. You don't think that, especially, are you going to tell them what happened? That, you don't think there'll be any problem. Especially because you can suss out, like, the Throonies and get a couple of loyalist workers to do the job, yeah.
And Nero basically will talk with the gang as they bury them about, like, how he promised them a decent burial, and he doesn't want them to be messed with, so he's bringing them to this family's grounds where he knows they'll be safe.
Okay. All right. So yeah, that goes off without a hitch. And then Vors and Boozlebob, are you following Nero, or are you doing your normal palling around town sort of stuff?
So Boozlebob is following Nero and trying to find other people who are willing to dig a hole several hours after the other guys are done.
For what purpose?
It's to be disclosed later.
Okay. Well, there are plenty of people that will say they'll give you, they'll work for you. How are you communicating? What kind of? I'm
kind of. This is going to be unsuccessful. I'm just grunting at them and gesturing as if I was digging a hole with a flail.
Well, a lot of them nod like we can dig, I can dig, and like you find people like yeah.
All right, so I take two people.
Okay.
We got a little posse going now.
And and you're just gonna have them follow you around until you're ready?
Yeah, we're just hanging out until Nero's done.
Okay. Yeah, well, Nero buries those two people, and that goes off without a hitch. And then... Sorry? Oh, you're talking to your dog. Alright, yeah, so...
Oh.
Yeah, Nero
Sorry,
buries...
I thought I thought I was muted
on
my microphone.
I thought you were whistling for my attention, like, what? What did I miss? Yeah, so Nero buries those two, goes off without a hitch. And do you want to continue waiting, Michael? Like, how many hours are you waiting?
No. Okay. So when Nero's done, I'm gonna have these guys dig two identical holes next to the ones that Nero had filled in.
So you're waiting for Nero to leave?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's his property.
It is his property.
So I'm going to dig two more identical holes next to the ones that were dug and refilled, but I'm not going to fill them in.
Okay.
And then that's it. They can go away.
Why are you digging holes?
To make you think you stole bodies. I don't know.
Are you saying you're going to fill these in later? Is that what's going on?
No, it doesn't matter what I'm saying.
You don't know yet. You don't know what's going on. You don't know his plans.
I'm asking you. I'm role playing.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know.
You sons of bitches.
You left. He waited for you to leave.
Yeah. You've been gone for hours.
Oh.
Yeah, he supposedly waited hours for you to leave. So Nero, when do you go? When do you go to get the other two down from their hanging place?
Which other two?
I thought you said that. Like, remember you hung 3 people?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. When do you go to let them down?
I wasn't planning on it yet. I was going to ask how long they should hang.
That's a good question. Are you going to find Rosalago and ask him?
Probably, yeah.
We don't have to roleplay, but he basically says like at least a week. He would want at least a week to be hanged.
Fine.
Okay. Are you doing anything interesting, Mr. Vors?
I'll head back down to the docks, see what's up.
Okay.
I'm gonna ride Scarta again.
Sure. All right. Let's see. I'm just gonna roll a dice to see who notices it. And it is Vors. While you're riding around town on Scarta, on your way to the docks, you pass by the hanging people. No one has really checked on them in the last day, and you notice that 2 of them are missing. Riley Kells is still strung up. So the Rebel and Lauren Alomar, Knight Supporter number 1 and Knight Supporter number 2, are missing. They're no longer hung up.
Okay.
Boozlebob.
Are you with him?
No, Boozlebob has an opinion about this, though.
Well, okay, we'll get it later then. So, Vors, what would you like to do about it?
They were hanging outside the jail before? Where were they?
They were a little bit outside the jail, yeah, right? It wasn't directly in front of the jail, unless I'm not misunderstanding.
Yeah, all right. I think Nero said that they were on a tree right outside the jail.
Oh, if it was right outside the jail, then you wouldn't know.
A tree close to the jail. Let's find you.
Yeah, or close to the jail. Okay.
All right.
Because all day anyway.
Okay, you might have noticed last night. Then it doesn't ultimately matter though. So you notice now that one of the things is 2 of the bodies are missing. I guess just one, just the Alamar. I don't know. They don't need the rebel. There you go. So the Alamar body is missing.
All right, I'm gonna take a ride down like towards the church then.
Han Solo?
Taking a ride where? Sorry, I'd let the Evo
out. Oh, actually, well, if I notice that, I'm probably gonna go rally the troops.
Yeah, so everybody's pretty much doing their, the normal things they do. So you can go ahead and find everybody pretty quickly. And
I go to Nero first.
Okay, you find Nero. He's working with his day laborers, and he just dug the pits and going around town. And what do you just tell him? Lauren's missing.
Yes.
This is why I don't agree with this type of rule. It just makes as many problems as it solves.
Okay, so you're going to rally the rest of the troops, and then what's the plan when you get everybody together?
Then we go find Booza Bob, and we ask him about the 2 new holes.
Well, do you have to go back to Nero's property to see those holes? Are you going to go?
That's fine. We're not going to Nero's
exactly.
property.
You're not going.
That's true.
There's no holes. No one knows about the holes, but
All right. So
were there any peasants milling about?
I'm going to make an executive decision. Let's assume that I discussed this with Rosalago, if that's okay.
And okay. What are you looking
at? The gear from the museum, so long as we don't abuse it.
Oh, you want to?
Would it be all right to?
Like confiscate it.
I'm tired I'm tired of watching Boozle Bob get whacked every time he gets looked at by a bad guy.
Yeah. Rosalago would agree to that. He says as long as you return it, the armory matters to the town. When we reopen it, it's a big deal.
Of course.
Okay.
So
does that mean
Bob, how do you feel about a breastplate?
Yeah.
Bob will take it. Bob grunts approvingly.
Okay, go ahead and fix his sheet. It's a spiked breastplate, if that matters, which means you can hit people with it, and if you grapple people, you can poke them with it.
Where does it even go on the sheet?
Niles will help you fix it. Yeah.
Damn it, I got it.
Okay. So while that's happening, so what's your plan? And Jeff, you were asking, are there any peasants milling about? So it's like
are there or were there?
Around the body, basically, the bodies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's kind of it's not like a main thoroughfare, but it's a pretty popular one. And there are pretty much commoners just, coming and going all day. You want to ask them something? What do you want to do?
Yeah, basically just ask the ones who are around if they saw or heard anything about why the body's missing.
Okay. Go ahead and make a diplomacy check to kind of just gather information. And see what you do. That's pretty amazing, yeah. So you talk to a bunch of people, and everybody's very open with you. And you also notice a lot of Thrune supporters. You're wearing your sash, presumably, and everybody knows you're working for the Archbaron. So that they answer you very honestly and openly, and they're some of them even openly thank you for doing the things you've been doing. But almost all of them, I guess all of them, not even almost all of them, all of them say that the body's been missing all day. It was there last night, and they have no idea where it went. They assume maybe Nero had buried one or something like that. It's been missing all day.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, seriously, team diplomacy for real, man. This is insane. Everybody's acing these things. Okay. So what else would you guys like to do about this?
It's likely that the church is involved, I would imagine, given the body that's missing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we have to go there. I'm not thrilled about it.
Okay. Anybody want to do anything else before you go to the church?
I'm gonna tie Scarta up in a nice safe spot.
Oh, okay. So I'll Scarta will go back. I'm not gonna take Scarta. And what you're saying, Boozy B?
Nothing. Gonna burn a church down, maybe.
Whoa. Burn a church down. Church square. Nope, wrong one. Church of Iomedae.
Iomedaeus.
Right? Iomedaeus. This is the church map. Okay. Did it load for you guys? I think it might be cached.
No, loaded.
Yep,
Yeah,
loaded.
it's loaded for me.
All right. Okay, so you guys are showing up at the church. Like I said before, the churchyard is largely empty, enclosed with a wrought iron fence. A graveyard huddles east of the church, mostly filled with several dozen stark white grave markers. These headstones are designed to look like swords thrust into the earth, each bearing a name and span of dates to commemorate the life of a particularly dutiful or devout member of the church. There are also some common graves behind it, but there are also these nice, like, knightly ones.
Question.
Yeah.
Can Boozlebob use one of the gravestones as an actual sword?
It would be an improvised weapon. You'd have a -4 to hit, but you could hit with them, yeah. Because it doesn't feel like a sword. It's made of stone. Like, it doesn't have the swing and the weight of the sword, but you can swing with them. It's just harder.
Alright, let's assume that Boozlebob stole a gravestone.
Okay.
What does it say on it?
I don't have anything prepared for that, so let's say it has the name of no, I'm not even good enough to do this. I'm a terrible GM. It just has the name of an Iomedae knight, like 5th Sword Knight, whatever. And, you know, just some dates. No locations or anything like that. Just 5th Sword Knight, whatever, and dates.
What year are we in right now?
I don't even know that. I'm that, like, I know nothing about, like, the Galarian world. I didn't care enough to, like, know what year it is. I could find out. Let's see. It usually says.
Who cares?
In the background. He cares.
Yeah,
Yes.
I just wanted to know what it said on it.
Yeah, it's a knight. You stole someone's grave marker, an honorable knight's grave marker. You now have it, and they're gonna.
Alright, I stole like Honorable Knight 42's grave marker.
Correct, honorable knight 42. All right, so you guys get there, and what are you gonna do? What's your plan here?
Can we assume that we start looking around the grave area to see if there's any new holes or plaques?
Yeah, go ahead.
Gravestones, I mean.
Sure, you can go ahead and do that. Anybody else want to make a perception check for that? Looking for like freshly dug holes.
I'll let them do that. All right.
Okay. You two don't notice any. You don't see any new holes. Plotty also doesn't see any new holes. No new holes. Okay, and Nero, what are you doing?
Nero's just standing by the front door of the church.
Okay.
You're kind of lying because there is a new hole where I stole that gravestone.
Fair enough. But no freshly dug graves. Sorry, but let's see. I think at 16, yeah, I win. Let's say you notice that one of the headstones is missing, but Boozlebob, are you even hiding the fact that you took it?
No.
Okay, so yeah, so you notice that Boozlebob has one of the headstones.
I'm all proud of it. I'm asking Nero to read it to me.
Oh man,
It's
I-
rubbish. It's some sword knight of Iomedae.
it's true.
I'd put it down. It won't do you as well as your flail.
Well, hold on. We have to open this door for a minute, so.
All right, you gonna throw open the door?
Boozlebob's going to smash the gravestone against the door.
Okay. Go ahead and
Did you
just
try? Did you try the handle?
Shut up.
just try roll a regular attack. Let's see how well you hit the door with a -4. Yeah, you manage to hit the door, and you shatter the stone. Like, so you hit the door, and you make a really big dent in the wooden door, and you shatter the stone. Like, now it's the top of the sword is basically broken off.
Wait, so I didn't open the door?
The door is not open.
Alright, I'm gonna flail the door then.
Can we try opening the door first? We don't even know if it's locked. Relax.
I'm flailing the door.
So yeah, so you go to flail the door a second time, and that's enough to hit the door. And that time you make a really big dent in the door. Let's see. So that the first time you did that much, that time you did that much. Yeah. So this time you actually break the door, and as you're doing it, I went and cast the open close spell. So you flail it a second time with your real flail. You make a giant hole in the middle, and the doors burst open. And you see that it looks like they have barricaded the door, and you see 5 rioting commoners basically trying to defend this holy sanctuary.
All right. It's a good thing I have my flail, guys.
Yeah. So the rioting commoner number 3 comes up, and he basically he's not aggressive. He walks up to and he's looking at Nero. Walks right up to Bob though, and basically says, this is a holy place. This is a place of sanctuary. Please do not defile it. And we're all initiative.
Boozle Bob sticks his tongue out.
Iwan.
So Iwan will tell the commoner to go summon, what is her face? The mother? Priestess?
Yes.
Forget her name.
Talieva?
Yeah.
Yeah, Talieva.
We're here to see Talieva. Go get her for us.
Let's see. Commoner number 3 says that the 5th Sword Knight is busy at the moment.
Boozle Bob points to the tombstone that said 5th Sword Knight.
Yes, that is the same rank as the leader of this church. Maybe it was a previous leader. And Commoner 3, he kind of just shakes his head. He doesn't say anything because he knows you could murder him if you wished. He shakes his head at the broken gravestone. Are you going to do anything with your turn?
Does Boozle Bob see that?
Make
a perception check, but probably, yeah. Unless you, yeah. So, Iwan, on your turn, what would you like to do?
She basically just, if she still can speak after that one, she basically will just be like, I don't think she's busy enough that she shouldn't come down here right now.
He shakes his head and says, I'm sorry, she said not to disturb her. She said it was very important. Nero is disconnected.
We lost Nas.
That's enough. Disperse now or we're going in.
He shakes his head and he does he have a weapon? I don't even know if they have weapons. He draws whatever they have. I'm just gonna roll one. They draw. Yeah, he draws he begins to draw a club from his side, and the other ones behind him begin to move agitatedly.
Boozle Bob sighs.
Okay, so you gonna do anything with your turn, Iwan? Diplomacy has failed.
I don't think she's going to be the one to.
Okay.
No, she's going to delay.
Okay. Riding commoner number 5 is also going to delay, probably. Yeah, he's in the corner. He's going to delay. So Plotty, well, I guess Plotty will go on your turn. So let me remove him from initiative because you shouldn't get 2 initiative, basically.
Right.
Nero.
Nero will take a step back.
Bloop. Yeah.
And cast Bless.
Okie dokie. Yeah, you're free. You don't get hit. Go ahead and move your step back if you haven't found. There's the map if you haven't gotten there yet. Commoner 4 is going to move up to the wall, and he is going to take a total defense at the door, trying to stop you from coming in, raising his club defensively. Number 2 is he's running over here as if trying to grab something. You hear him trying to move something heavy as if trying to blockade the door more.
While somebody is taking a total defense, do you get to whack them?
You can hit them normally, but you don't get an attack opportunity if that's the question. He's trying to be very defensive. And Commoner 3 is a little braver, and he's actually going to take a swing at Boozle. Nero, do you want him to be back though, right? You're there?
Yes.
Okay.
Am I not? Did I disconnect or something?
You did, yes.
Reconnect. Sorry.
Okay,
Yeah, I wanted to take a 5-foot step back. Yeah.
Riding Commoner 3 is especially angry at Boozle Bob.
It misses.
Horribly. It misses. Yeah, horribly. Vors, you're watching this. They're swinging now with clubs.
I see him swing at Bob, and I do not take kindly to that. So, yeah, we're going to do rapid shot.
Okay, on who? Oh, well, who first?
Well, 3.
Okay. See if you murder it. Yeah, it's a threat. Roll it again.
How does this work?
Just hit the same button again, basically. So that's an 11 with rapid shot, and you have bless, so it's a 12, and that is a confirmed crit. So roll it again because bows do triple damage. So you did 30. Hold on, no, that's 28
damage.
40, right?
Yeah, 40. Yeah.
Yeah, so 40. Yeah, so you just catch him. You catch him in the eye, like you go right in one of his eyes, and he just falls down dead. And you get your
It's a
second
very
shot.
unnecessary amount of damage for a peasant.
Yes, it is. I lost. Let me see how many hit points he has. He has at negative 28 for the record. All right. So Vors.
Vors is silently disappointed that it wasn't 50 points.
Oh, you've still got another shot?
Yeah, you get your second.
I'm gonna shoot a commoner 4.
All right. Yeah, that's a hit for less damage. That's 13. So he actually falls, even with his defense. Yeah, so he falls to the ground bleeding to death. All right. Riding Commoner 1 goes. So Riding Commoner 5 is going to come off delay having seen all this now. And he's going to run up and try to tackle Boozlebob. So Boozlebob, you get an attack of opportunity.
All right.
Yeah, so as he's coming in, you whack him for 19, and he falls down bleeding to death. And then Riding Commoner 1 is over here. He begins trying to move something heavy down here. You hear them moving something. And Boozlebob, you get to go now.
Boozlebob's not going to move. I'm just going to whack the 2 people to death in front of me.
Okay, we'll just say, I'll let you take a full round action to murder them both.
Yeah.
Dead. So you just kind of go like the flail, you go like a big arcing sweep, and you hit both of their heads.
Yeah, Boozlebob's just chilly.
Okay. You can, no, you can't move because you took a full round action. I win.
So first, Iwan will step in and over the dead bodies. And then, when she gets in, does this kind of look like a main door? Would she think that that's the way to get towards the mother priest?
You've been in here before, so you've been in these rooms, so you know that these are the double doors that go to the big church area. You're not sure exactly where she is now, but she's either there or there's also an upstairs, a very simple upstairs. But I don't see stairs on the map, which is interesting.
Yeah,
they have balconies but no stairs. It's interesting.
Well, and this door is closed right now. I'm assuming, right?
Correct.
This one up here.
Both doors are closed. Yes.
All right. Well, let's say that she goes up to that one and pops it open.
Okay. Let's see. That is the priestess's office. A desk, simple chairs, and a shelf full of liturgical. How do you pronounce that word, Naz?
Liturgical.
Writings fill most of this room. From here, Sword Knight Alamar serves as one of the community's de facto leaders and occasional spiritual advisor to almost every family in Longacre. So, you open the door, toss me a perception check, Iwan.
Sure.
Yeah, you don't notice anything out of the ordinary. So yeah, there's like a simple desk here. This basically looks like her office, and she's currently not in it.
Okay.
Mr. Nero.
Nero will head in. Bob, Vors, we need to get in here now.
Oh, and Iwan and Nero, you can see that these 2 people are they're trying to barricade the big doors. They're trying to move like whatever cabinets and things like that in front of the big door. All right. Did you end your turn, Nero? Did you take an action, or did that as far as you can move?
Yeah, I'm just moving in there for now.
Riding Commoner 2, they're doing the same thing. You see them like hurriedly kind of moving something here. They're trying to block this door. Vors.
Can I move, 25?
30 feet unless you have heavier armor on you.
Nope, 30. And what's her face? York. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot Commoner 1 in the back.
Sure.
Does that count as a sneak attack?
Yeah. You see.
That counts as a sneak attack?
Only if she doesn't see you. You're in plain sight. You're not. Yeah, no, it doesn't count as a sneak attack.
Oh.
Sorry to tell you. That's another threat. Roll it twice. Roll it 2 more times, just for giggles. That is not a confirmed crit, sadly. But you would have done a bunch of damage. So you do let 13 though, and you get her in the back, and she falls down, bleeding to death. And you're done. Riding Commoner 1, happy that happened and angry that all his people are dying. He's going to charge Vors with everything.
Riding Commoner 1 bleeds, dude. You're moving Riding Commoner.
Oh, crap, you're right. Damn it. I'll get you. Oh, yeah, and 2 just went, so 2's not even going to get to go again. You're going to murder him by then.
Yeah.
Boozle Bob.
That's me.
Yeah, buddy.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, how you doing?
How are things over there?
Great.
Boozle Bob looks at riding Commodore 2
Uh-huh.
and sticks his tongue out, and then probably
And rolls a
misses.
1. Yeah, so you've missed.
Yeah.
Mm.
Boozle Bob's just practice.
I win.
She'll pop open that door.
All right, so you walk
Up
over,
here.
pop open that door. I don't think that one's locked. Let me see. This is a small storage room containing several cabinets crammed with decorations, ritual basins, and braziers, seasonal wall hangings, and other materials that are used in day-to-day observances. And there's a small wardrobe. That's about it. And a perception check. Okay, cool. Nothing jumps out at you. Well, now that you're in the room, so nothing in the small room that you just opened jumps out at you. But now that you're looking around a little bit more, you see that there's a spot on the wall of the office you're in, behind the desk, where it seems like something was hanging, and you can kind of make out the silhouette of like a large. Is it a scimitar or what is it? Longsword, I think. A longsword. So the longsword has been taken off the wall,
Okay.
and that's all you see, Mr. Nero.
Well, Nero will probably move to see what Iwan's doing.
Right. Yeah, so you get into that room, and you can roll a perception check to see if you notice the same thing about the
Well,
sword.
let's assume that once he gets in the room, Iwan points to the spot on the wall to direct his attention to it.
I would assume she'd be armed.
Mhm.
Let's head through. If the next door's open, I want to be ready to rush in whichever door we get open first.
Okay. So that's Nero's turn. Riding Commodore 2 is going to get to swing on Boozle Bob one last time. Yeah, roll that 10. Nope. All right. Vors, what are you going to do, buddy?
Yeah, I'm gonna finish him off.
Go ahead and roll your... Well, you rapid shotting him? You're gonna... Yeah, I guess you would. So,
Whew, man,
Yeah.
these rolls.
yeah, so it's 9. He's still standing. You're going to have to hit him again. 14. Oh, and you're in point-blank shot range. You get +1 on both of those. We haven't really been thinking about that, but 25 is enough to kill him, probably. Yes, he's dead. He dies immediately.
And I yelled at Boozle Bob, "You're gonna have to pick it up, bub."
Riding Commodore 1 probably bleeds. Oh no! Stops bleeding. Magic. Alright.
Fists.
Boozle Bob.
Dead.
Flailing. Yeah, he's on the ground. Flailed. Dead.
Break the door! Break the door!
Alright. You can move if you like, yeah. But you can't actually break the door this turn because you murdered a guy.
Yeah.
So, when you're moving through this thing?
Opening that door, too.
Okay, you throw open the door, and you see Juan Yolo and Yam Ruth, the war priest and the squire from earlier. And they seem not surprised that you are coming this way.
Okay. Can I still pop off a spell?
Did you move and open a door?
I
Took a 5-foot
5-foot
step.
step.
Yes,
And
then yes
open
you
the
can.
door.
It's a move action to open a door, so yes you can cast a spell.
Okay. Let's get some grease on the ground.
All right, and I assume like these 4 squares, like that, or no?
Yes, probably yes.
Okay. I make reflex saves. Right. Okay. So is Juan safe? I know Yam is on the ground.
I think one is safe.
Okay.
He's technically of DC 15 because of he's an Iomedean follower, but I think he's fine.
Okay. Yeah. So he almost loses his footing, and his squire falls down on his ass. But that's it. And now I'll roll them in the initiative. All right. So Yam gets to go, and he's gonna stand up. And what's the deal with moving on grease? Naz, do you know?
It's difficult terrain.
So you can't 5-foot step. That's first. Okay.
I think that's it. Grease.
If you move half your speed, you don't trip or something like that. You can walk within the area at half normal speed with an acrobatics check. Okay, so he's going to stand up, and he's going to basically 5-foot step towards the door. Or I guess he has to move. He can't legally 5-foot step. So he's going to move towards the door and make an acrobatics check to do it. And he just made it. So you see him kind of skidding on the ground, like very unsure of his footing. And then Nero, you get to go.
Nero will call for Iwan to come back and start summoning.
Okay. Juan Yolo is he's going to also move forward. Let's see if he's better on his feet. Oh no, he falls down.
Make a reflex save.
Oh, I get a reflex save too?
Yeah, or fall down.
Failure means he can't move that round. Oh, so he's stuck there. And he makes a save or falls. Okay, and that's a failure, so he falls down. Yeah, there you go. So he is prone. All right. Vors.
Get over here.
I don't like tight spaces.
Oh no, you went the wrong way.
What's that? I can't go. Like
Nothing.
The door's still barricaded. What?
Have you guys haven't tried the door yet?
There's one big cabinet in front of it, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna move over and. God damn it. How does delaying work?
You just wait and say when you want to go, and you have to wait for whoever's going to finish their turn before you can say you come back.
When? Alright. I guess I'll delay.
Okay. Boozle Bob.
Boozle Bob is going to move the bookcase, I guess, because there is one here.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, so I do that.
Okay, that's a standard action. You can. I'll let you also open the door if you want.
Alright, I open the door.
Okay. You see numerous pews face a raised altar in the sanctuary of Iamade's church.
I still have my move, right?
Sorry?
I still have my move, right?
No, the move is opening the door. You can't do because you used your action to move the bookcase. Do you also want to open the door, or do you want to wait till next turn?
No, I'm gonna open the door. It's fine.
Okay, so you can kind of see the pews inside, and that's all you can see from where you are right now.
Then Boris comes off delay, I guess.
Yes, you want to do that, Boris? You want to come off delay? The door's open.
Yeah. I'll come off delay. Wait, so what does he see? He sees nothing?
Pews. He just sees
Like
the pews
from the door.
Yeah, he can't see anybody from the doorway yet.
Alright, so I'm gonna step to here. So I can basically see everything. Right?
Boozle Bob says sneak to Voris as he walks past.
So Vor sneaks.
Well, you see.
And
you see stuff.
I
so.
say. I do see stuff.
What do you see? What do you say?
Oh, I also say like smart half orc. Yes.
Okay. So you see a coffin placed before the altar, and the lid is off, and Lauren Alamar is inside of it right now.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see that. So, and you can see Taliava Alamar is doing a ritual currently.
Does she see me?
She seems so focused in what she's doing right now that she doesn't seem to have noticed you. No. And you see she has a big piece of paper in front of her, and she's reading and shouting magical words while shaking a holy symbol over her son's corpse. I'm pretty sure. Let me see if she noticed you with this perception check. Yeah, she's busy.
Can
What's that?
the rest of us hear what she's saying?
Make a perception check to see if you can hear it over the sounds of that. Yeah, you probably can.
And do I know what she's
You
doing?
gotta make a spellcraft check for that.
Okay. This one, yeah.
That's probably good enough. Let me double check. Come on. Identify a spell as it is being cast. 15 plus the spell level.
Nah, son.
So son is right. Yeah. So you can't tell what she's casting. She's casting some spell. You can't tell. You can. It's divine magic, and you're not sure.
Okay.
So Vors, yeah, you moved. Did you double move or only a single move?
I single moved.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd like to sneak move.
Sure. You can move half your speed, and if they didn't notice you, you can kind of hide behind stuff.
Okay, so boom.
Okay. And I win. While he's doing that, what would you
All
like?
right. Wait, do I need to like roll a sneak on that, or just?
You just roll a stealth check. Yeah, click on the stealth button, and they make perception checks on their turn.
Okay.
What would you like to do, Iwan?
So right now, if I move, this guy would get a swipe at me. Yeah.
Yes, Yalm will get a swipe at you. You have a little bit of cover. That's a pretty good stealth check.
That's fine. I have something for that. So, boom. We're going to be teleporting. And so that's this. And then I fire off some acid at that Yom guy.
Sure.
I'm assuming I'm still within line of sight, yeah?
Yeah, it's a tight shot, but I'll say you got it. He got to hit you, so... Or he would have got to hit you. So go ahead and roll your attack. A 14 touch attack. So he's got a little bit of cover, and what's his touch? Yeah. And?
Hold on, I just want to see. Is it just for DC? Oh, it's just DC. Forget it.
Okay. So that does manage to hit him though. Yeah, with the bonus it does. So 8. That's a lot of acid damage. So you burn this little boy's face. Yalm Ruth.
He's got to make a fortitude save too.
Oh, good. Or what?
It's
sickened.
So he's sickened for 4 rounds.
Fantastic. All right. He gets to go now, and he's going to try to move off this thing. I think he has to make his acrobatics check or fall down. Okay, so he manages to get off, and that took him 10 feet to get out. And he's coming out. He's basically trying to catch you. So he gets to there. He can get there, and he's going to swing at you. And he's a -2 from being sickened. That is still a hit on you, though. Yeah, for 3. So he cuts at you with his longsword. And you can hear Juan Yolo shouting from behind that, fall back, like, don't let them drag you out. And the kid's not listening. And Nero.
Nero finishes summoning.
Oh, what do you get? More eagles?
Yeah, Terrible Carrion Bird again.
Yeah.
And he basically summons it and then points it in and says the one on the ground.
Okay. So you can get like 30 feet. So yeah, you can basically just drop it on him.
Yeah, it's fine.
And it swoops down and just starts mauling him. So that is a hit, a miss, and a miss. So only the first talent hit for 4.
He's on the ground? Does that matter?
Oh, that does matter. Let me see. The bite also will hit then.
Sweet. And he gets +2 to each of those.
Fantastic. Yeah, so just mauling him. All right. You get your turn, Nero. I just almost skipped
Correct.
you. So yeah, keep going.
Can I stand over the hand?
The hand's actually on Iwan. It's just until she commands it. We'll just put it off to the side until she commands it to do something.
Okay, so Nero will move there.
You gonna swing? You have a melee weapon out at all, or?
I do, but I don't think I'm gonna swing yet. I think I'm gonna just poke the kid back.
Boozle Bob.
It's about time.
I forgot to add the lady to that. Okay, but go ahead. Boozle Bob, you can go first.
Boozy B, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 35,
40.
40. Sure,
you
yeah.
only get 30 when you're in a breastplate.
Oh, you're slower now because you're stupid heavy armor.
You're slower, but you can still get there with a double move. You couldn't have got there in a single move anyway.
All right, fine. I'm gonna get up here with a double move.
Okay.
General question.
Yes.
Did he just blow my cover?
Well, he's very visible, but she has to make a perception check to see you. And I do.
Okay.
I'll just do it now. Like, yeah, she does not see you.
Okay.
Yeah, so you get up there, Boozle Bob, and right as you get up there, she was supposed to go before you, but I forgot to roll her own initiative. So right as you get up there, she begins to finish her ritual. So you see her; she has a scroll in her hand, and she's saying all the magic words, and she's shaking the holy symbol of Iowa Day over a thing. And you get the impression that she's trying to raise her child. She's trying to save it, but she's reading it off a scroll. And as you're watching, the scroll begins to burn up from both ends and go in the middle. And explosions of magic start happening in all directions, and Teliava Alamar looks horrified and scared.
Boozlebob claps his hands and giggles and says, I forget to.
And make a knowledge check, Boozle Bob.
Sick.
Yeah. You don't know what has happened. You have no idea what has just happened.
Do I get to make a knowledge check?
Yeah, go ahead. You don't know exactly what happened, but you believe that she has had some sort of scroll mishap. That she was trying to read this off like she's not high enough level to do this herself, and that she was trying to use the scroll, and something may have gone horribly wrong.
Okay.
So that was Boozlebob's turn. So Vors, what would you like to do?
Can I 5-foot sneak move? Is that a thing?
You're supposed to. Yeah, I'll say yes. You're supposed to go half your speed and stuff, but I'll let you do it. Sure, I'll let you reposition while sneaking.
Okay, so that gets me into within 30 feet.
Yeah.
So, and I'm going to sneak attack.
Sure.
Can I sneak attack rapid shot?
Only the first one. You're only invisible for the first one, I think. I have to double check. But,
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can.
All right, so sneak attack with rapid shot and deadly aim, and for giggles, I'm going to burn a hero point.
Okay, so +8 on the first one. Or do you want to shoot a third arrow? Which would you rather do?
I have +8 on the first one.
Okay, +8 to the first roll, which is the one that gets sneak attack. Okay, go ahead and roll it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might. Looks like you're going to need it. So a 16 is still a miss, but you have bless.
So 17
17 is a hit.
with rapid shot,
Oh, with rapid shot. No, that is not a hit with rapid shot.
and she might not get dex if she didn't see him.
That is a valid point. Is that what that does?
I mean, if she doesn't see him, yeah, she loses her
she
dex.
has a flat dex anyway, so she doesn't get a bonus for dex. So
Oh.
yes, you take a shot and it clangs off her breastplate, her metal breastplate, and now she's aware of your presence. But go ahead and take your second shot. -2 + 1 is 18. That's a hit for 14 damage. So you can see her. She's looking like, what the hell just happened? Like the scroll burnt up, and she's really freaking out. And Boozlebob's in front of her, and she didn't see him coming. And all of a sudden, you're just shooting arrows at her, and one of them catches her in the shoulder, and she's just really freaked out. And it was Boozlebob, then Vors, and Boozlebob. The corpse next to you is moving. But
Can I hit it?
But it
really
is
fast.
not. It doesn't appear to be alive. It's moving very sluggishly and weird, and you have no idea what's going on. But something has happened to the corpse, and it's looking up curiously at Tilieva Alamar, and it looks very confused until it turns to you, and it's just its eyes fills with rage, and it is prone, so it's going to just claw at you from the ground.
God damn it, Tile Store.
Right? So bite, claw, and the bite. Is your AC a 14? Did you resync with your armor?
She did not resync.
Garbage
Not
person.
resync. Hold on, it's doing it. It's doing it right now. Everybody calm down.
What's your AC?
17.
Okay. So only that last claw hits for 5. Make a fort save.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah. You're paralyzed, Boozy B. You were paralyzed by the ghast's magic. Also, for fun, give me another fort save. In addition, you are sickened for 9 minutes. So in addition, he has a horrible stench aura around him. So like as the body begins moving, you can smell this horrible rot, like a supernatural rot. There's no way this corpse smells this bad, but you are sickened by it. And let's see, does Mommy also get sickened? No, Mommy doesn't care. Mommy smelled worse. All right, I win.
Can I 5-foot step, swift action, and do a spell?
Yes.
Okay. 5-foot step back, swift action. So that's just putting up my little barrier. So I get 5 temporary hit points for 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And if those get broken, then those 5 damage goes to whoever breaks it. And then
5 hit points.
So that's this one, and then I will pop off some magic missiles.
All right, pop. Yeah, 3 and 5 is 8, and yeah, magic missile don't miss. If you can see it, you can hit it. And he is at -3, so he is bleeding to death on the ground. And that's him, so he's gonna roll a 20, and he manages to stabilize. What's the DC Nas? I'm pretty sure that's it. He only has a -1.
Yeah, he's fine probably with that. It's pretty low.
Okay,
If they're
yeah.
not
So
way under.
he's not bleeding death anymore on the ground. He's unconscious still though. Nero.
My eagle can go.
Oh sure, sure it can.
What's his face get up? Did he try?
I think he fell and then the eagle got him, right? Or no, I guess it doesn't make sense. He would have. Did I skip him?
He might have.
Okay, so he'll stand up. Let's see, and the eagle would have.
He's
got...
next.
No, but he would have went after the eagle mauled him last turn.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's say he stood up and the eagle would get a talon, so he missed the talon. So Juan Yolo steps up and he swings at this stupid eagle that scratched him in the face, and he hits it for 5, and it's not an evil creature. I don't. Oh, it's not fiendish, I guess. And do you have anything special on it? Like it has like extra hit points, right?
It gets 2 extra hit points per hit die.
Okay, and I don't know what the fucking eagle has. Let me see. It's not one of the stats that like shows up there. It has 1 hit die, so it's an extra 2 hit points. So it's actually still alive. It has 2 hit points. All right, so he slices at it and manages not to kill it. And then Nero, did you finish your turn? The eagle went and clawed him. So let's see. So he was standing and he rolled an 11, 15, and a 16. Those are all misses. Clang, clang, clang.
Okay.
And what would Nero do?
Yeah. I will. Nero, I'm going to delay, and he basically says to Iwin, "Now's the time. Do it if you're going to do it." And he looks to Yam.
Okay. Juan Yolo is gonna. Did Talia ever scream? She probably did scream. So he's gonna. Let's see. I'll roll a percentile. Let's see what he just does. Apparently he's really angry about the eagle that hurt him. So he's going to try to slice it. And he rolls 13, but he hits for another 4, and that's enough to make the eagle wink out of existence. So it doesn't even die because it's a summoned creature. You see, as he begins cutting into it, it just kind of explodes into a ball of light, and it goes back to its home plane. Or I guess maybe it's a little fiendish. Maybe it's not a ball of light. Maybe it's a little fire. And Juan Yolo is going to walk. Juan Yolo is going to make it this time, guys. Nope! So he can't move, and then he makes a reflex save, and he falls down again. You only live once. Alright, Teliava Alamar is horrified by these developments. And she runs away. She withdraws this way. And she withdraws to not take an attack as she leaves. And she can't do anything else, because that's what she did. And she's looking at Juan Yolo, who's on the ground. And Boozy B, you're standing next to a ghast who's in a casket.
You're paralyzed.
You're paralyzed, right? Yeah. So you're going to use a hero point like Nas said, or what?
Yeah.
What's that malefactor thing you said, Nas? I don't know what you're talking about.
He's got this thing that allows him, once per day, as long as an ally is within 10 feet of you, you can reroll a single attack roll or skill check before success or failure is known. Okay, so that's
okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're going to use a hero point, Mr. Michael?
Yeah.
Okay. So you get to
roll your fort save,
you get to re-roll it. Yeah, that's all that happens.
Oh.
Yeah. So did you already mark off your hero point, or no?
No.
Okay, so you have no hero points left, and that is not enough. You have failed. You are paralyzed. Vors.
Fucked.
You can see the ghast's arms and stuff were clawing up Uzulba, but it's in a casket, so you can't even really shoot directly at it right now.
All right, can I see Talibia?
Nope, she went behind this little curtain. You could shoot through the curtain, but
All
you
right.
can't see exactly where she is.
Can I see Quan?
There's also a curtain there. It's hard to see, but yes, you can't see him because there is a curtain there.
But he's on the floor.
He is on the floor.
Can I see him under the? Can I see him under the curtain?
I'll say you have an idea of where he is. Yeah, again, he'll have cover, but you have an idea of where he is. Soft cover.
All right. Well, I'm gonna yell, Iwin and Nero, get the fuck in here, and I'm gonna take a 5-foot step back, and I'm just gonna wait. So, what are the penalties to hit if I just shoot through?
Take a 5-foot step forward. He's within 30 feet. The ghast gets a lot of bonuses from being on the ground, but is not terribly armored.
Oh, can I thought I could just see like its hands.
Yeah, it's in a casket. Like you saw it kind of reach up and go like that. So maybe you see a shoulder. So it has very good cover. You can shoot it. It just has like a +4 to its AC. We'll say. I'll let you take a shot. Yeah.
All right. So sorry, I was here, right? Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. That's 25. I'm gonna move back anyway. Because I can. I'm going to rapid shot, deadly aim.
Sure.
The shoulder that I see.
Sure. That is a hit and a miss. So you hit it for 14, and these don't have DR. Yeah, these do not have DR. So it takes all 14 damage. That hurts a lot. Yeah. Then it goes, and I'm pretty sure these things are ravenously hungry, and it's just going to maul Boozlebob. So it's going to stand up, and it's basically just kind of falling on Boozlebob. And it only gets one thing. It's only going to get its bite, we'll say. And it misses with its bite. So it's basically kind of fell onto you. So now it's standing on the casket, kind of like falling onto this paralyzed thing. And, oh, you're paralyzed. So does that hit? It still doesn't hit, even if you're paralyzed. You have too much armor on. It's like it's biting at your breastplate.
Can I come off the lake?
Sure, buddy.
I'm going to book it and get in there.
Okay, go ahead. Do what you do, buddy.
Nice.
All
Hi.
right. Okie dokie. And we're back to Iwan.
Does Iwan think that this guy has stabilized?
Make a heal check. You can probably see from there.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. You can tell. You can tell he stopped gurgling up blood. You think he's probably okay.
Okay. Then she's gonna step over here and which one do I want to use here? I think she's gonna launch some acid at Juan.
Okay. And
Even on the ground, brutal.
Boozlebob would like to start screaming if he can.
and
Cannot.
you can't. You're paralyzed, and you're paralyzed for 5 rounds. We never rolled that, but you're paralyzed for 5.
Woof.
Yeah, that's a max roll. It's a Yahtzee.
Yahtzee, motherfucker.
So you using an acid jet on which one? Sorry.
The guy on the ground.
Okay, it's harder to hit things on the ground with ranged weapons, but that's enough for 9.
And he's got to make a 16 fort save.
Sickened. All right.
And only 16 because of the trait, my trait. That's why that doesn't show up there.
Iomedeans hate it. I know, yeah. All right, so Yom is unconscious. Juan is going to try to stand up. I think he just stands up, but then he can move if he wants. So he's going to try to move off the grease. He's moving back now. And he's shouting for Yom. He says, Yom? Yom? And then let's see if he falls down. Okay, so he might. See, he can't move, so he's stuck there. And he doesn't fall down, I don't think, right?
He takes a -2 from being sickened.
Oh, on the acrobatics?
But he
on
does.
saves?
I think so on saves, right? Or is it only on skill checks?
I'll take it out, but
Let's see.
it's probably it's probably you're probably right. It probably is saves too. I think it's 2 to everything, right? Yeah, saving throws. Yeah, so he falls down again. You're really embarrassing these Iomedean knights. Yeah, so that's him. That's his turn. Tilieva Alamar is gonna run up and try to heal Juan Yolo for 14 hit points.
Whoa!
Boom. And Boozy B.
Yeah!
Why do you think you get another save, buddy?
I don't know.
That's too bad.
Yeah, you don't. You used the hero points to do it last round. That's really too bad, though. I'm with you. yeah. Ghasts are really badass. Like, this is their thing. So Voice.
All right, then
You stand still. Mannequin challenge.
I'm gonna rapid shot, deadly aim, the ghast.
Okay. Yeah, it's standing up now. It has no cover at all. That is a hit with Blast Sender point blank shot. So you would hit for 14, and it's dead. Like, so you hit it in the neck, and you just watch it like fall lifelessly down into the coffin.
All right, and I shoot blindly through the curtain.
Yeah, Juaniola. Sure, go ahead
His
and
name's
roll it.
Quaniolo.
Yeah, like I said, you can see under the curtain like shadows and stuff, so you have an idea of where he is. But that's not enough. So yeah, so that one it skids off the ground. And Nero,
Does I saw what that was. Do I know what that was?
make a knowledge check. You probably do.
Okay. That's my first move.
Does the aura persist?
The stench aura? That's a great question. I actually don't know if it's stench. Gas exude an aura where stink of death and corruption. I'm gonna say it does. There's an aura of stink around him. Yeah. So you know what it was when it stood up. You know exactly what it was. You know it's a ghast, and you know all of the stuff.
Okay.
They roam in packs of their own kind. Blah blah blah. They have the stink of death. They have the paralysis, and they also have a disease called ghoul fever, which affects your constitution and dexterity.
Oh, fantastic.
But this one is dead. You're pretty sure this one's dead based on what you just saw Vors do to it.
Okay. Nero will start casting a spell. I don't have anything that'll wake you up, so I'm going to cast a summons.
Okay. And yeah, and even from there, Nero, you're not sickened there, but you can smell the stink of death is beginning to waft into your nose. It's supernaturally horrifying.
Oh, it's so bad.
I win.
Oh wow, it's already back to me. Okay, so pop off some magic missiles at this time at the at Talavia.
I don't know.
What you get for healing?
So 8 damage. Pow pow. Yep, and that's it. So yeah, she's pretty hurt from that. Yom is unconscious. Juan, you're gonna stand up, buddy. Right? Okay. All right. Moving isn't for you. You're a war priest. You've got some spells. Okay, so he casts entropic shield, and you see basically this chaotic blast of bright colors, like holy energies are moving around him, which makes it harder to hit him with ranged attacks, but not magic missile. So also, Vors, you see flashes of light from underneath the curtain now. You don't know what's going on behind it, but you see weird flashes of light happening. And that's it for him. He didn't move this turn, so he doesn't fall down. Tilieva, you have another second level spell. You're gonna heal yourself, or what are you gonna do? I'm gonna try to cast a spell on Iwen. So I'm gonna step back a bit and then look at the gnome, and she raises her hand, and basically she's like outlining your head with her hand and making you make a will save.
Okay. That one.
You have failed. You are affected by Hold Person. So you are also paralyzed. But unlike the one on Boozlebob, you get a new save every round, because this magic is weaker than the ghasts. Alright, so Boozlebobs.
Was this round 3?
Yeah.
This is round 3, so you were still paralyzed. Mr. Vors.
Would I have seen her move back, or gotten any sense that she would have moved back?
It'd be harder to tell because she's further behind, but yeah, you might be able to see some sort of shadow that she's around there.
I'm just gonna 5-foot step. I'm gonna shoot through the curtain at Quaniolo.
Okie dokie.
Rapid shot.
Go ahead. Roll both your shots. All right.
Ooh,
That's
a
26.
threat.
It's a threat, so go ahead and roll it again. And so you confirm the crit, and then you roll the damage, and then I'm going to be the bastard that makes you roll the concealment check last. So go ahead and roll a D100.
Roll high, baby.
While he's doing that, Nas, do 20s negate concealment? Like, he made it anyway, but I'm just curious.
I think I
Do
would
20s
think
always
not,
hit?
right?
I don't know, but we can look it up later. But yeah, so you do crit for what is it? 14, 25, 40. You like that number. You seem to like that a lot. And he is straight up dead. So the first one, you hear like clank his armor, and then you use that to kind of guess where his neck is, and you find it. You find it through the curtain. And
So-
he dies. Yeah.
So paralyzed Iwan just watches an arrow come flying
Yes.
through and kill this guy, right?
Yes, you're completely conscious and aware of your surroundings. You can't move your eyes or blink. You're just watching as an arrow, like he's on the ground, and you just watch clank, and then thwip, and he's just dead. And Nero.
Nero is going to hold his face. His dog will go off, and he'll send him through the curtain.
Oh, right, you're summoning a dog this time. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Sure, and it's going to go through the curtain?
Yes.
Okay. I'll do that in a second. And are you doing anything else with your turn?
He's going to walk up and rip down the curtain.
Okay.
Or at least part the curtain, whatever I can do.
Yeah, you can just at least throw it to the side. And you summon a dog. And the dog begins biting poorly. But, no, it's doing stuff. Iwen, you're paralyzed, but you get a new will save. Or is it, yeah, you get a new will save every round. That's not good enough. It's an 8. Is that what you rolled? Oh, dear.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Yeah, you're still paralyzed. Yamruth is still unconscious. She sees a dog, and let's see, how smart are you, lady? You're pretty smart. You know that's a summoned creature. You're a high-level cleric. You know what that's about.
What did you do?
Seeing that you threw the door open, she's going to 5-foot step, and she has one more. No, she doesn't. She has so she only gets a little heal. She's going to try to heal herself, stay alive. And you said, what did you do?
Yeah.
And she says, I don't know. And you can tell she's genuinely upset. Like, she's really freaking out that this happened. She's like, what even was that? And you can tell she's very freaked out, but she's still fighting. Boozlebob.
4.
Okay. 4s.
5-foot step. I guess the other curtains. I'm just gonna shoot.
Fours, wait a moment.
You want to delay for him? Or do you want to shoot?
So.
You don't have to. It's role play.
Well, if I trust Nero,
Okay.
so if he's telling me to wait, then I'll wait.
Wait a moment.
Mr. Nero, what are you doing?
Nero's just going to spend the round talking to her. He's basically saying there's been enough bloodshed. You know, you're a pillar in this town. There's been enough bloodshed. This is enough. You know, I understand why you did it. You lost both your sons, but this has to stop. This has to stop now. If you put your weapons down, this can stop.
Toss me a diplomacy check.
Sure. Let's throw a hero point on it for +8.
That's pretty good. She's hostile to you, though, and that's really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, you successfully move her from hostile to unfriendly. So, yeah, she will. I'm pretty sure she's gonna. She says, "What will happen to me then?" And you see her. She sheathes her sword.
I can say you were unwitting in this.
She doesn't believe that. Like,
I can make some there with these crusaders in town, with these things going on with angels in town. I can make some move for clemency.
Okay.
I could advise you about ways that you might illegally escape town. You wouldn't have your sons, you wouldn't have your church, but you would be alive.
She thinks that's the best she's going to get right now. Even with the 2 people paralyzed, it's only a matter of time before you and Vors finish her off, and the dog. So she surrenders. She sheathed her sword. She didn't offer it to you, but she sheathed it.
Before he says in Celestial, he asks her if she speaks Celestial.
That's a great question. Languages. Where are languages? Languages common. Nope.
Okay. So Nero will step into her and he'll say, "Before that one out there wakes up, you need to get out of here now."
Okay. You're gonna let her run away?
Yeah.
Okay. She actually goes over here, and there is a secret door, and she just takes it. She begins to run away. Boozlebob is still paralyzed during that. Vors, you were on delay. What were you... I guess you would go now, as he did that. Before she runs away, I guess you would get to go, so... Would you shoot, or are you going to delay because he told you to?
Damn it, Nero.
All right. It sounds like she's getting away. So she's running, and she's gonna go into hiding.
How far can I go?
30 feet or 60 if you move. If you use both your actions to move. Yeah. So you get up there and you see there's a hole in the wall there, like a secret door that flipped open, and you see her running off outside the courtyard. But you can't take a shot. I win. Make your will save, buddy. That's enough, I think. I think it was a 15. Let me double check. Yeah, it is a 15. So you snap out of it. And you see her running away, too.
But I heard everything that happened, right?
He was talking quietly, but you were pretty close. It's up to Nas, I'll just say. How
Well,
quietly
basically,
was it?
I saw that Nero was saying something to, like...
Yes.
Okay.
You saw them talk, and then she ran away.
Then...
Does she get to run that far? She has to use a move action to open the door.
That's a good question. She only gets 30 feet, so... Is she 20-foot mover or 30 feet? She's a 20-foot mover, so she's there.
Can I do a 5-foot step and then do a full round action, or no?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
5-foot step, and...
Eat a step. Yep. Flip. Dead. All right. And she technically she already went, like right before Vores, so she doesn't get to go again. Boozle Bob, this is your last round of being paralyzed. Nero.
Nero basically starts looking around the church at what's going on. And he says to Vores, "It's enough bloodshed for me. It's enough bloodshed for a day."
We can't just let her run away. This is unacceptable.
So the rules matter to you now.
Pardon?
I said so the rules matter to you now.
Yeah. When have they not? She summoned what was it?
A ghast. But you didn't know what it was.
She summoned that creature. She could summon more.
I've known people who have been able to do that sort of thing. Trust me when I say she didn't do that on purpose. There's no way. There's no way she did that on purpose. To her own son, she made it clear that she can never raise her son by doing that to him. Made it forever that he's gone.
I wouldn't confirm that with you earlier, yeah.
Do what you have to do, but there's enough bloodshed for me.
Okay, well, she runs, and Vores, you're going to take a shot, so she's going to run her full speed, which is only 60 feet. Oh, I guess it's, only 60 feet. Are you shooting an arrow at her when she's running away?
No, I'm just going to follow her.
Oh, you're going to run after her?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, she's just going to try, she's trying to go into hiding, so you're just going to follow her the whole time?
Or at least, like what? Sure. Well, I mean, this is... How far can I sprint?
You're faster than her, right? You have 30 feet of movement, then you can go 90
Yeah.
feet? What? Yeah, you can catch up to her if you want to.
Interesting. All right, I'm... Sure. 90 feet.
So you run past her and that's it. So Iwan, what are you doing?
Is there any of her blood around?
Oh man.
Presumably. Yeah.
You guys are awful.
No, so let's just say that Iwan takes some of it and dabs it on the hand. She doesn't send the hand after her, but she gives the hand the scent.
Yeah, when you slather on the blood, you see that the hand begins to wriggle as if it wants to go, but you basically say, not now, and it calms down, but you can tell it's very anxious to get moving. Alright, Boozle Bob, you're unparalyzed!
Boozle Bob wakes up, pissed off.
You were never asleep, you were conscious, you saw everything the whole time, the thing was trying to bite you and, missed. And you saw the whole thing, you were awake for all of it.
That is so disappointing. Alright, Boozle Bob tries to stand up then.
You're standing.
You were stuck in place. You were like swinging a flail and froze.
I thought I got knocked down. Oh.
No, you got paralyzed. You turned
I
into a
thought that
statue.
meant I was like on the ground choking on vomit. Okay.
No.
All right. So how do I get rid of the sickness then?
You just have to wait it out. It's just a -2 to your rolls. It's fine.
All right. Then I don't know.
You
I guess
walk
we're
past the
fine then.
curtain and you see Iwin and Nero. And
Hey, guys.
there's a door open over here.
Oh, there's a dog over here.
There's a dog. That's Nero's dog. That's a threat. Roll it again. That's a confirmed crit. Yeah, so that's 32 damage. Yeah, that's enough to make the dog vanish. It doesn't die though. It's gone.
It vanishes?
It vanishes. You swing and it goes in like a little hellfire burst, and it's gone.
Oh no!
Now I can't use my flail anymore. Nero, so you're done, right? You're not chasing her.
No, Nero isn't going to chase her.
Okay, so she's just gonna try to run, and you're definitely faster than her, but she's just trying to run, and like you're entering the city now, and she's trying to go down alleyways and stuff. So are you gonna? What are you trying to do to her?
Trying to get her to stop.
She is not stopping. She's just gonna continue to run. Oh, are you talking to her? You can try a diplomacy check, but right now she's just running for her life, trying to get away.
Fuck it. Do I have a clear shot?
Yeah, we'll say you do. I can give you like one rapid shot on her, and then she's gonna duck away into an alley.
So basically,
It's now or never. Can you do it? Or do you want to do it?
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun. Jesus.
Yeah, we gotta go.
God damn.
You gonna do it? Or...
Yeah, Vors would shoot her.
Okay, go ahead. That is a hit and a hit for 19 damage, and yeah, you got her.
Wow.
Is she dead? Is she dead?
Nope, she's bleeding dead.
All right.
Kill her.
Yeah, that's what we'll call it because we have to. Well, are you gonna murder her?
Yeah.
Murder her? Or are we gonna?
No, I'm not gonna murder her. I'm gonna yell for Nero and tell her to get over here.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna call it there. I know it's really late. Yeah, I know it's afterlife, right?
I'm just surprised. I just didn't even register.
We had so much fun, Mr. Nazik. Yeah, so we'll pick up there next time. You have stopped her in her tracks.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. Anything else you guys want to do before we wrap up?
Should we do an MVP?
Right, MVP and more. Let's do it before we wrap up this time. Yeah. So go ahead and you can type. Oh, Michael already disconnected. You can just say who you want to vote for out loud if you want, Mike. You do a /GM and the name of the person you want to vote for.
This is tough. It's a lot of good
any
stuff.
Nominations? Anybody got any ideas of why people should be an MVP?
Iwin with the hand, showing us where the Angel Knight was pretty sweet. And then she basically, this tiny gnome held the line for forever against these two trained Iamidins. And then Vors was devastating everything with his bow today. Everything.
Yeah, there was a lot of crits.
Yeah.
And every time I got pissed off at anything, it was dead before I got to it.
All right. So /GM, let me know who you want to vote for. And
I vote for Vors.
You vote for Vors. Okay. The ones I have is the Battle of Whatever a Crap, which is right after the Siege of Who Gives a Damn. Kinda Screaming a Little Bit. That's the only two I have. Did you have any other, Nas?
Kind of scream. No, I don't have any. I didn't write any down, and my computer conked in the middle. So
okay. So Kinda Screaming a Little Bit. Moral. Kinda Screaming a Little Bit. And
You keep muting yourself. Whatever button you're pushing keeps muting.
it's typing. The stupid. I hate Google Hangouts. I hate it. We should just use Skype at some point. Like this is garbage. So let's see. Vors wins. Vors is king.
Congrats.
Thank you
get
guys.
that hero point, son.
Back to 2.
There you go. And
Any interesting loot in the church before we go quickly?
oh hell yeah! If you're tossing the church, yeah, there's a bunch of stuff.
Sweet.
Yeah, let's just do it now real quick before we go. If you gotta leave, you can leave. I'll post it on the group, but let's just do it now if we're here.
Magic stuff, damn it.
So she went away. So let's see. In Narthex, there's nothing. In the priestess's office, there's a note on top of documents, which matters. The note reads, to undo wrongs and recover your loss. Do what you must, but after, if your spirit is willing, join us at the old fort. The note is signed LV. The note's broken wax seal contains the impression of a strange symbol, the sword and sunburst of Iomedae combined with the encircled cross emblem of Cheliax, the symbol of the glorious reclamation.
Yeah, figured. Probably a good thing that Boars dropped her.
So, 3 scrolls of protection from evil.
Can I drag her back now?
Yeah, you can drag her back. Sure, we'll do that too.
Okay.
Everybody can make a knowledge check too to see if you know what the old fort would mean.
I'll do the thing.
Oh, if you can do the thing, you're gonna get like a fucking 30 or whatever.
I got lots of local knowledge.
Sure, yeah, it's local, so go ahead. That's what it is. It's history or local. So Vors just barely didn't know. Nero knows, and Iwin knows. The old fort is called Fort Estanzo, and it's a long time ago. I'll write a whole thing up on the Google group, but a long time ago, it was a fort that was established to fight banditry in the surrounding area, in the forest, and the bandits razed it to the ground pretty much. Like, the bandits won and destroyed the fort, and it's been abandoned ever since.
They like a lot of Spanish stuff. Fort Estanzo.
Yeah, I don't know.
Juancholo.
Well, Juancholo was me. That was me being dumb.
Juancholo.
Juancholo. Let's see. So, also, in the private shrine and storage, that's the this area and the little thing next to it, you find, let's see, cabinets crammed with decorations, ritual basins and braziers, blah, 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 seasonal war hangings, blah, 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 treasure. So, the wardrobe is locked, but I assume you boozle bob it open.
Probably, yeah.
Inside are 3 bandages of rapid recovery, an elixir of truth, a potion of cure moderate wounds, and 6 sets of cleric's vestments. And since you're tossing the place and not just doing a quick job, you get another perception check. So everybody toss me a perception check. And I think that's all of it. Iwin's is already enough. The 15 is good. While going through the stuff, Iwin, you notice that there is a really nice set of silver candlesticks worth 400 gold. Among everything else, like you notice that those are worth a lot of money. And that's all the treasure.
Okay.
All right.
Huzzah.
Huzzah.